98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray with you guys all night long here on the Sports Hub. You can hang out with us because we like to hang, and that's what we do right here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. You can join us 617-779-0985. That's the phone number, and you can also join us. That's my duo on my phone, what do you call that? Credential to get in or whatever. Finally, I'm in. Took me forever to get in there. Hey, you can call, but you can also hang out with us on YouTube. The numbers have been much higher lately. Thank you, everybody. I like to chat with the people, and of course, people can watch the show as well and read everybody else's comments, which I think sometimes are the funnest part of the show, which I enjoy very, very much. So again, the phone number here, 617-779-0985. We got a lot going on. We'll start Red Sox, but tonight when it comes to the Patriots talk, there's a few things I wanted to get into. Will Campbell, what's going on with his arm? Moving pieces. They're bringing in guys at tackle that have experience. Also very physical at camp. Very physical. And the Hall of Fame games tonight, we'll get into that in a little bit, but Adam Vinatieri goes into the Hall of Fame. And there's an article today that I want to share later on from The Athletic. Is Adam Vinatieri the most unlikely Hall of Famer of all time? We'll get into a bunch of football stuff. Jaylen Brown had his introductory press conference today in Philadelphia. He mentioned a few things, and he was asked about if he's heard from Jason Tatum. We'll have that audio for you coming up. And, of course, the red-hot Red Sox, who have won 7 in a row, who have won 9 series in a row, something that has not been done since 1915. Last night after the game when the Sox won, I was really trying to hit home these incredible numbers regarding the Red Sox. Some people might not believe, some people think it's a fluke. You can call it whatever you want. But call it history. We have never seen a Red Sox team do some of the things they're doing right now. I mentioned the last time the Red Sox had 9 straight series wins was 114 years ago in 1912. They're the first team since 1978 to make up 30 games in the standings. The Pirates did it in 78 in 26 games. They're the 26th team in the World Series era to go 30-5 or better in 35 games. Each of the other 25 teams to do it have made the postseason. 10 of those 25 have won the World Series. This is the best 35-game stretch in Red Sox history. And don't give me the, well, who have they beaten? They haven't beaten any good teams. All they've done was beat playoff teams and first-place teams. So don't give me the schedule talk. Out on schedule talk when it comes to the Red Sox. You don't have a dog in the fight because they're 16-0 during the stretch when they play a team above 500. So don't give me, oh, they struggle against good teams. No, they don't. Don't drop that on me. But I wanted to look it up compared to other sports in town, other teams in Boston. This 35-game span right now. Okay, they're 30-5. The Celtics in 1964-65 went 31-4 over a 35-game span. The 1980-81 Celtics that went on to win a championship went 31-4 over a 35-game span. The Bruins back in 1929-1930 went 31-3-1 over 35 games. Now the Patriots, well, they've gone 30-5 multiple times during a 35-game stretch. But again, what the Red Sox are doing is historic. Know what else is historic? They have essentially caught up to the Yankees in the standings. The Red Sox since June 25th. You remember when they had those 2 really bad losses to Colorado? When they have a lead at any point since those games, they're 30-1. So when the Red Sox have a lead, specifically early in games, they crush. That only loss that they had was when they scored one run against the Nationals. So if they get a lead, man, this thing is over. But the Red Sox, when they face an opponent with a winning record since June 25th, 16-0. They've scored 102 runs in that span. They've only allowed 33. That run differential, 69. Nice. The average margin of victory during this span is 4.3 runs a game. Over 35 games, the average victory is 4.3. The record when the Red Sox score 4 runs or more, they're 27-0. And you know what tonight's team total is, guys? 4.5 tonight. Take the over. Bally's pick of the night, Red Sox team total over 4.5 runs tonight. Of course, the pick of the night brought to you by Bally's and Lincoln. My pick every night. 4,000 slots, 100 table games, concerts, dining, a full hotel, spa. Visit Bally'sLincoln.com and follow Bally's Lincoln on Instagram. Must be 18 or older. Gambling problem? Call 877-9-GAMBLE. They are crushing teams. And you know what? They might have 2 MVP candidates. They may have a Cy Young Award candidate. I want to get into all that coming up here on the other side. And I wanted to ask this question. I think Caleb Durbin is the poster child of the turnaround. A guy that struggled so bad, fought really hard, and has been a big part of why they're now a good baseball team. And why things have changed, and how maybe he, in his determination and perseverance, has maybe bled through the locker room. But when it comes to the Red Sox, who is most responsible for the turnaround? I got an answer for you. And we'll do all that next. Again, the phone number here is 617-779-0985. I wanted to let everyone know you can watch us on YouTube as well. Just go to youtube.com. It's real easy. I'm doing it right now. Go to youtube.com. You search 98.5 The Sports Hub, and boom. You can click live shows. You'll probably see me right off the bat in my Ralph Lauren polo. But Joe O'Donnell's in there. Chuck's in there. We got Griffin. We got Warren. We got Gabe. What's up, Gabe? Chuck Olson's in there. We got Warren. I'm trying to see who else that I know. Jack is in there. So we got a whole group of people ready to go as the show begins. Now we'll get into some Red Sox stuff. And Sonny Gray had one of those sunny days. We'll have that on the other side. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere.
Probably, locked in today and ready to put up what he did. 6 shutout innings and looked like vintage Sonny. It was really good.
Voice. The voice of the number 2 pitcher. Remember that? Remember when Sonny Gray was considered not a number 2? Oh, why are they going for Sonny Gray? He's not a front of the rotation guy. I'm not doing a victory lap. I'm not doing that. But I heard you guys say it. I heard you say it. And listen, I might not even thought he was a number 2. It's weird. I always thought he was a front of the rotation guy when he's pitched his best. He's always had the stuff. He was pretty good last year, too. But I think the big discussion in the offseason was who will be with Garrett Crochet at the top of the rotation. Well, it was Sonny Gray. And, yeah, did they panic after the Alex Bregman situation and go after Ranger Suarez? They did. It was almost as if Ranger Suarez was insurance if Sonny Gray wasn't the guy. Well, Garrett Crochet's been gone most of the year. And the guy with 14 wins who's stopped losses this year and only missed one start after an IL stint and has come back and has been a strikeout machine is Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray has been a great addition to the Red Sox. There was a time where maybe he thought about his no-trade clause and playing somewhere else, but now he loves this. There was a video image on the NESN broadcast last night of Sonny Gray talking to Adley Rutschman. And it came to a point where Adley had to put his arm up and be like, all right, dude, all right, man. But remember, he uses that pitch comm, right? So I don't know how much Rutschman's really going to have to get him. Maybe that's what he's working with him with. But Sonny Gray has been a fantastic addition to the Red Sox this year. And I think right now he is in the Cy Young conversation. And I'll give you those odds in a little bit. And speaking of odds, we're going to talk to Johnny Avello later on tonight from DraftKings, 9:20. He's got your Red Sox odds. Well, I'll also pepper him with some Patriots stuff as well. But Johnny Avello joins us later on tonight, 9:20. And then Brookyln Reigns, put up your number ones. Brookyln Reigns of the New England Revolution will join us. And we got to talk about pancakes with him because he's the culprit or one of the culprits. Well, allegedly. We'll have more on that coming up in a little bit. Sonny Gray, Skaz, he had one of those.
It'll be just like one of my sunny days.
And I know that Street Team Joe hates when I play it because he thinks that the meaning should be bad, but in that situation, it was good, right? I think. Don't come over here. And then he, faked he left a note, a really nasty note on the guy's car. It's really nasty. But Sonny Gray, listen to some of these numbers. Sonny Gray, the last pitchers to have 14 wins, 100 strikeouts, and under a 2.0 ERA with over 40 pitches, I believe. 1989, Roger Clemens. 1999, Pedro Martinez. And Daisuke Matsuzaka in 2008. That's the kind of year Sonny Gray is having. Two of those guys won the Cy Young. Daisuke won 18 games. Yep. That's the kind of impact that Sonny Gray is making for the Boston Red Sox right now. And your current Cy Young odds in the American League, because they moved a little bit. Sonny Gray's number has moved almost a whole entire point. What I mean by a point is $100. But I'm going to look up the futures right now because when we left last night, he was plus 3,000, Sonny Gray, to be the Cy Young Award winner. I'll see if I can get any futures at the moment. I think because the games are on, I can't get it. But yes, Cam Schlittler is the favorite at minus 150 to win the Cy Young Award. Dylan Cease is second at plus 115. Now, if you remember, last weekend or 2 weekends ago, Dylan Cease shut out the Boston Red Sox going up against Sonny Gray. Now, Gray only gave up, I think, 4 or 5 runs, but it was a loss. And he bounced back from it. He struggled early on in that game against the homeless A's, but he still got the win. He went over 6 innings and had a quality start. When you look at these 3 pitchers, right? Dylan Cease is playing for a Blue Jays team that is middling. I don't want to say middling, but are they going to go on a run or no? Cam Schlittler got hit the other night, but people think that the Yankees, they're just going to get better and when they get this guy, that, and Aaron Judge back. Well, it's not going to put more pressure on guys like Cam Schlittler and the rest of the Yankees. Where Sonny Gray is playing for the Red Hot Red Sox right now, his bullpen, if they take him out or if he struggles, will always have his back. Not to mention their schedule is extremely favorable, if you ask me, the rest of the way. I think there's a shot here at Sonny Gray at plus 3,000. So it moved to plus 2,000 today. And I'll ask Johnny when we talk to him if there's what kind of movement when it comes to Sonny Gray. But I think there's a chance. So if you want to take a shot at plus 2,000, it might be worth the look ahead here for Sonny Gray. Now, if the season ended right now, I would go Cam Schlittler. I'd actually go Dylan Cease too. But what Sonny Gray's doing at the moment, it's elite. It's Daisuke elite. How about that when Daisuke was at his top? I'm not going to go Pedro 99 or Clemens late 80s on you. I'm not going to do that one. Here's another thing. This century, I had to look this up because I wanted to put into perspective what the last 35 games has been about for your Red Sox. And again, you can call in 617-779-0985 and join us on YouTube. To put it into perspective, the only teams in the 21st century with at least 25 wins in a 28-game span. The 0-2 Moneyball A's went 25-3 over 28 games. The 2013 Dodgers went 25-3. Cleveland in 2017 with that long winning streak went 27-1. The Dodgers in 2017 went 25-3. And right now, your 2026 Boston Red Sox are 25-3 their last 28 games. They win tonight, they move into fourth all time. They win again, they're tied for third. They have a chance to break the best record in a 20-game, 28, 29, 30-game span. I know that some people are like, wee, records, wee. But this is why you're back in it. This is why. The run that you're on. Whatever happens the rest of the year for the Red Sox, it's going to be if they didn't go on that win streak, they wouldn't have had a trade deadline, and they wouldn't be a better basketball team. So we'll always reference this streak. So right now it's, I'm not a believer, maybe they're not a playoff team, whatever. But you'll remember the streak. I mean, when they sucked this year earlier in the year, didn't we talk about, oh, well, last year they got lucky with a 10-game winning streak. This one's better. It was 16, right? These streaks, say what you are. If you don't win a championship, that's what you'll say. But they're also important. And for this team, it's been everything. And it's really everything for them going forward as well. Speaking of that, I'll bring in James Scaramazino here on this one. We had a nice little Red Sox conversation last night after they got the 4-0 win over the White Sox. James Scaramazino, if I ask you, who is most responsible for the Red Sox turnaround, what is your answer?
I think I'd have Chad Tracy and Craig Breslow as my 1-2 punch in this turnaround.
Okay. Do you know what my answer is?
Now, Ness and Joe Murray, I must ask you, who is responsible for the Boston Red Sox turnaround?
John Henry.
Now, why is it John Henry? Because people are driving off the road as we speak.
Well, no one drove off the road when you said Craig Breslow and Chad Tracy or Caleb Durbin or whatever you said. I forgot now. But I say John Henry and people jump off the road?
You think it's a little premature for the John Henry victory lap?
Well, for him, yes, but not for me. I mean, it's fact. Is anybody better in this town going from worst place to first place? It's John Henry.
I would say he certainly has the most experience with it, which is part of the problem.
Correct. But they pivoted, right? They fired Alex Cora. They empowered Craig Breslow. They went with Chad Tracy. They said, screw the drive line. They actually made moves at the trade deadline where you had to give up talent. And also, they moved on from the, win from within mentality that they've had. All they were doing was signing young guys. It didn't work. They had to pick a direction. John Henry was behind that. John Henry empowered Craig Breslow. But there's nobody who pivots better than John Henry. People were saying, sell the team. Now what are they saying? Funny how things change like that, huh? John Henry's been doing this for years in Boston. He turns teams around when they're bad. He hires the right people to make it right. He's done it again. Maybe to Skaz's point, that's kind of his problem. But doesn't he change better than anybody else? Doesn't he pivot better than anybody else? And when they're bad, doesn't he bring the teams back to championship level or even win the thing? He's got a history of it. That's not a lie. I'm not joking. I'm not even being a shill for Nesson right now. That's factual. So again, I ask you, who is most influential when it comes to the Red Sox turnaround? Your thoughts at 617-779-0985. I'm being serious, Skaz. I don't get paid extra for that. Nobody patted me on the back today and said, good job there, kid. Here's a refresher. I truly believe that John Henry had to change the philosophy of where they were going for this to work. It's not a victory lap. It's just facts. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. You can join us on YouTube as well. And why don't we dig into what happened with Jaylen Brown today? I haven't really got a chance to listen to this today. So Jaylen Brown had his introductory press conference with the 76ers. I'm intrigued to hear what he said, and we'll have more of that coming up next. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
Well, things getting heated up over at Patriots training camp today. Saw a nice little Gonzo and A.J. Brown going at it. Christian Gonzalez once again saying that he doesn't want to talk about his contract through the media. Hey, more running backs are getting paid. Jahmyr Gibbs, 3 years, $67.5 million. B.J. Robinson recently just got $66.5 million, while Jonathan Taylor, well, he got $22 million. So the running backs are getting...
And all the moving parts that took place in this, obviously it's a lot of speculation. I feel no need to chime in on it because I'm focused on what's in front of me.
Just aside from that aspect of it, how do you look back on your time as a Celtic?
I look back at the city of Boston, and I'm grateful. I've been able to develop as a man, as a human being there. Spend a lot of time in the community, a lot of time at university, studying, learning, figuring out how to approach, how I wanted to go about my philanthropy, figure out how I wanted to approach, how to carry myself. A lot of my most important years, my most developmental years as a young man, I spent in Boston. I got there at 19, so I didn't do a 4-year degree because I left early. So I spent time, I got my degree in Boston in a sense. I spent time there. So the relationships are still there. The connection is still there. I'm looking forward to continuing my foundation work and as well as expanding it to Philadelphia. But, I'm very grateful for my experience. My tenure in Boston, 10 years is a perfect cycle, perfect number for, completion. So, we won a championship, and I have nothing but respect for the city of Boston. But now it's time to move forward a little bit.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. So Jaylen Brown introduced today at a press conference. I didn't see it. I only saw the excerpts of it and all that stuff. So as you heard there, he played in he's moving on from it is what I heard. That's at least what I heard. He's moving on from it. Did you watch any of this, guys? Did you hear it?
Oh, yeah. He was 45 minutes late, I think, to this press conference.
Was that the flight from Boston to New York to...
38 minutes. How long before Game 7 did he find out Tatum wasn't playing?
Ooh, that could be a shot. 45 minutes.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
No, I just think they, Philadelphia, shoddy organization down there. They're running behind. It doesn't surprise me. No, my takeaway from that is that he does not mention the Celtics one time. When he's asked about his time in Boston, he mentions the city of Boston repeatedly, not the Celtics franchise or any of his teammates or anything like that. He specifically states the city and his time in Boston, but does not mention the Celtics whatsoever. So I think that tells you what we kind of already believe, that things did go sideways. Himmelsbach kind of starts the question with, you said some things happened, and Jaylen Brown's answer right out of the gate is, well, everything. I didn't like how it transpired. So that certainly sticks out to me.
To show some symbolism, what you just said, did you watch the Ringer documentary about the Celtics? Came out like a year ago or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
Did you notice when they highlighted Bill Russell? Bill Russell would never say the city of Boston. He would only say the Celtics. Interesting, huh? Because I think Bill Russell's had every right to have issues with maybe some of the people of Boston, but he never had an issue with the Celtics. Could you say for Jaylen Brown, he never had an issue with the city of Boston? He had an issue with the Celtics? I just found that interesting. But that's me connecting dots, guys. That's just because I watched the documentary and now it's making me think. I heard he also, when he found out that he got traded, did he have some sort of action? What's your guys? When you're mad, what did you? I used to throw the PlayStation remote. I haven't played video games in 15 years because I'm an adult, but that's not because none of you are not adults. I just don't have time to play video games. I would love to play a video game. If you put Madden in front of me right now or a wrestling game, I would love that. Or like James Bond 007. Oh, I would love to play video games. I'd fall asleep in 35 seconds. You'd put the game on, I'd play it for a second, and I'd be out cold. Anyways, so when I get bad news or I'm upset, what do I do? Maybe I do just want to shut my phone off. Might be one of the first things I do, or just kind of tuck it under a pillow so I don't hear it or see it or touch it. What did Jaylen Brown do when he got the news that they packaged and shipped him out? They packed him out, right? They said that his key card wouldn't work anymore, which I don't know if that's still true, by the way. But it sounds like he was bothered by everything.
Who reached out first? Who was the first one to get in touch with you after the trade?
Damn, who was the first one? I'm not even sure. When it first got traded, I just threw my phone across the room. But who was first? It might have been Max. I think Max, he reached out to me first. He reached out and was like, I know it's a lot of stuff going on right now, but, we excited to have you and stuff like that. Maxie and VJ was probably around this.
Wait a second. No, that's not the way I took the question. Who reached out to you about the trade? Was it Brad Stevens? Was it ownership?
Joe, the people in Philadelphia are not worried about that. They want to know who on the 76ers reached out to him first.
That's not how I took it, though. Play the beginning again.
Who reached out first? Who was the first one to get in touch with you after the trade?
Oh, after the trade.
They don't care about that, Joe.
I did. Damn it. It was after the trade. All right. So Maxey and Edgecombe reached out. Is there a question about Jason Tatum in here that I should know about? Okay.
Bobby Manning, CLNS Media over here.
Oh, Bobby.
Jaylen, how would you characterize your relationship with Jason over the last year, Jason Tatum? And is that a partnership you both wanted to continue before the trade?
We won a championship together. So anybody that you win a championship, you would think like that's what, a brotherhood or a lifelong legacy would entail. Obviously, there's ups and downs in any type of relationship for sure. But on my end, it's nothing but respect. besides when he plays the Sixers. I hope he does well. But other than that, everything for me is just based in respect.
Have you guys been able to talk?
Not really.
Not really? No? Not really. So, like, what about a text? Is text not really?
Yeah, I would imagine that's kind of what happened there. Nothing about that answer surprises me in the least.
Nothing about the answer surprises me either, but
if anything, I'll say that him saying he hopes Jason Tatum does well, except when he plays the 76ers.
Great answer.
To me, that's almost like, the nicest thing he could have said in that situation.
The perfect answer. But have you talked to Jason Tatum? Not really. So what? People are mad now. Are people mad now about this? Where are we going here? What now? I didn't see the press conference. I wanted to hear it live here on the show. Should I assume there was problems? Like, is this what we're doing now? We're making Tatum and Brown a thing, even though it may have been a thing, but there's nothing there to show us that there was a thing?
Well, I think the trade certainly shows you something, Joe.
Oh, that okay, yep. The smartest guy in the room comment?
Yeah, I mean, we can't act like nothing. I mean, certainly something happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smartest guy in the room, and then I want to learn?
I think Jaylen Brown may have said the word learn 37 times in 2 minutes in that clip.
Okay. So, and then when asked, not really.
Yeah, I think both these guys know they accomplished great things together, were very good teammates, and they had their, whatever it was, personal differences, for lack of a better term, off the court. And I think for the most part, unfortunately for us, they'll probably mostly take the high road. I do wonder if things go sideways in Philadelphia if we get more and more out of Jaylen Brown as this goes on.
Didn't he say something, the clip that you played coming back from break, did he say something like someday it's all going to come out? What was all that about?
Let's see, Joe. I mean, we could play it again if you'd really like.
Yeah, one more time while I'm...
Adam Himmelsbach with Boston Globe. You mentioned on your live stream that there was kind of communication from the Celtics during the process, but then something changed and you felt like there was kind of a lack of respect shown. What bothered you about how this all transpired?
The whole process. To be honest, my mind is so focused on what's in front of me. To be honest, I'm moving on. Maybe one day you share the details of kind of how everything transpired and all the moving parts that took place in this. Obviously, it's a lot of speculation. I feel no need to chime in on it because I'm focused on what's in front of me.
And just aside from that aspect of it, how do you look back on your time as a Celtic?
I look back at the city of Boston, and I'm grateful. I've been able to develop as a man, as a human being there. Spend a lot of time in the community, a lot of time at universities, studying, learning, figuring out how to approach. How I wanted to go about my philanthropy, figure out how I wanted to approach, how to carry myself. A lot of my most important years, my most developmental years as a young man, I spent in Boston. I got there at 19. So I didn't do a 4-year degree because I left early. So I spent time, I got my degree in Boston in a sense. I spent time there. So the relationships are still there. The connection is still there. I'm looking forward to continuing my foundation work and as well as expanding it to Philadelphia. But, I'm very grateful for my experience, my tenure in Boston. 10 years is a perfect cycle, perfect number for, completion. So we won a championship, and I have nothing but respect for the city of Boston. But now it's time to move forward a little bit.
Did he drop that astrological stuff on us too?
It did seem like there was some numerology talk in there. The number 10 was brought up and symbolism and stuff like that.
All right. I'll leave it there. Unless you got something else on that.
I'm excited to do this all year, Joe. I think this is going to be the story that keeps on giving. We're going to be tuned into Philadelphia 76ers basketball quite often. They're going to see the Celtics quite often. I would imagine those games will be on national TV for the most part. And, I'm looking forward to it, Joe. We'll do some post-game shows. Maybe our buddy Grandy in one of these games will get Jaylen Brown post-game. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to this NBA season, Joe. I still find it very curious that every sportsbook has the Celtics with a higher win total or right around the same win total as the 76ers. And the Celtics have, I think, the third best odds to win the Eastern Conference. So I think them and the 76ers should both be competitive, good basketball teams this year. And I'm looking forward to it, Joe. I want to see how Nick Nurse handles that locker room. I want to see how Joel Embiid handles having LeBron James and Jaylen Brown on his team. And Jaylen Brown potentially, being sixth man of the year, like you said, Joe. So a lot of good things going on in Philly.
Well, I am looking forward to, all right, Celtics won. What did Jaylen Brown do tonight? That's fun. I was doing that earlier this year with Alex Bregman and all those guys earlier. So what's the difference, right? Might as well just keep it rolling. Might as well keep it rolling. All right. Tonight, everybody, football's back, baby. Wait until you hear the quarterback matchup. I think we previewed it slightly the other night. But football is back. We'll tell you what it is tonight. And, someone's going into the Hall of Fame this week. I'll tell you who that is. We'll do it next here on the Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Football officially starts tonight, everybody. The Hall of Fame game. Get ready for Kenny Pickett versus Carson Beck. Do you know who the backup quarterback is tonight for the Panthers, guys, after Kenny Pickett?
Is it our buddy Matt Corral?
No, I have not seen Matt Corral since he didn't want to play for Bill O'Brien. I won't play it tonight, but Jadeveon Clowney chose the Texans again, and they asked him what was the big issue, and he goes, oh, man, it was Bill O'Brien. And I want to say he called him suspect, but I might be,
Might as well have, Joe.
Haynes King. Where was Haynes King this year? Georgia Tech? Outstanding quarterback who could run. Just want to double check it was. Yep, Georgia Tech. Oh, I'm right now, what's the bet? The line? Oh, Carolina minus 1.5, baby, over 34. I ain't betting this. Do you think we'll ever see Jonathan Brooks as a running back? How many years now? 4, 3 that guy has never played a game? Who else is on the Panthers that might play tonight? Oh, jeez. Oh, John Mechie. Remember him?
Would you like to guess how many carries John Brooks has in his career, Joe?
0.
He was drafted in the second round in 2024. He has 9 carries in his career.
All right. It's close enough.
9 carries for a second-round pick running back. That's tough.
And again, tonight, the quarterbacks for the Cardinals will be Carson Beck, champion over at Georgia. Last year, lost the national championship at Miami. And his backup is Keaton Slovis.
Your guy, Joe.
Give me Haynes King over Keaton Slovis. Actually, who's a better it's probably, oh, God. Oh.
Who's younger? They're both like 25.
Oh, my God. I can't believe this is what we're doing. I can't. No.
I bet Drake May is younger than both those guys. Not even close.
Yes.
3 years younger.
Let's find out. Keaton Slovis is, give me some age, 25. Okay, yep, you're right. Haynes King, who I had here, is 25.
Couple of 25-year-old rookies out there.
Well, what a joke. Oh, Drew Brees is getting his intro right now. Roger Craig, who wouldn't have made the Hall of Fame if it wasn't for Bill Belichick. Sorry.
Thanks, Mike Sando, for that one.
He did tell us that. as they're introducing the Hall of Famers. You know who we're waiting for. Adam Vinatieri. There he is. He looks sharp as hell.
Looking jacked.
Man, he's got his sunglasses right. You know when you put it like in your shirt where your polo buttons are? Everyone's giving him a, cool. You got to stand it out. Luke Kuechly. The little kid that I met at BC one time and thought he was a ball boy. Nope, he was the middle linebacker. He's also there tonight. The Panthers are playing, so that's pretty cool. He'll get the send-off from those guys. Larry Fitzgerald. Do you remember when Felger said he's got a great ass?
I mean, I've said he has a great ass. Joey does.
Then.
I mean, one of the best asses in sports.
He's honestly one of the greatest players. One of the youngest players ever to come out of college. They had made a rule where you had to be like a certain age, and he was like right on the cusp of it. So the Hall of Famers have been announced. Adam Vinatieri is one of them. When you look at the class, Breeze, Craig, Vinatieri right in the middle, huh? With Larry Fitzgerald and Luke Kuechly. Hell yeah. We'll do it later on, but there was an article today that the most unlikely Hall of Famer of all time, Adam Vinatieri. We'll leave it there. We'll get the headline here. And there's still talk about Christian Gonzalez's contract. Well, now the quarterback has to take questions about his contract. Huh. We'll do that and more coming up after the headline. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
From the Town Fair Tire Studio, the game is on the Sports Hub.
Goes to the backhand and score! Two-hand slam!
Boston's home for sports.
I love this team!
98.5, the Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox and White Sox over at Fenway Park, and Ranger Suarez getting hit hard early in this one. They trail 4-0 right now. Is at bottom of the third inning, so we'll see if the Sox can come down, but right now they trail 4-0 to Patriots. Getting into it at camp today. They also saw Will Campbell with a sleeve on his arm. They did bring in a veteran tackle, Van Roten, who started the last 2 years with the Giants, for a visit. The Hall of Fame games underway. Well, about to get underway between Carolina Panthers and the Cardinals. And Jaylen Brown introduced today at a press conference with the 76ers. Asked if he's spoken to Jason Tatum. He said, not really. Headlines are brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, keeping drains flowing for homes and businesses in the greater Boston area since 1976. Go to johnsewer.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Listen to it, laugh at it, get mad at it, agree with it, argue about it. It is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Is it hard not to think about, your future and your long-term future and maybe being?
I don't think it's hard to think about it. For me, I try to be in the present. Every day. The present. That's why they call it a present, man. It's a gift. So I just try to, be here, be where my feet are, and try to get better and better.
Everybody, when I heard that,
the present. That's why they call it a present, man. It's a gift. The present. That's why they call it a present, man. It's a gift.
It's such corn. This is, by the way, that's why I got pissed when Cam Newton would go at him. Like, I understand, at the end of the season, if you wanted to say, hey, he wasn't that great in the playoffs and whatever, go ahead, have at it. But I always got mad when Cam Newton would call him out because, you're talking trash about a humble guy who says, man, every day is a present. That's why it's what is it? That's why it's a present, is a gift? Oh, my God. Corn.
The present. That's why they call it a present, man. It's a gift.
Oh, I'm going to drop that one day. You watch, guys.
That's like something like Adam Gase or one of these googly-eyed head coaches would say at their first introductory press conference, or something we'd clip from Hard Knocks.
Ooh, when is Hard Knocks?
It's this week, Joe. It started.
It already did?
Yes. We got some Witherspoon sound. Nothing too Mike McDonald saying, I'm an awkward guy. Nothing too crazy.
Nice. Well, I interrupt our presence which is a gift. Wait, is our presence a... Hang on, let's dissect this for a second. There's a present that I can give you.
And we live in the present, Joe.
And we also live in the present, which he's saying is a gift. But also, couldn't our presence be a gift? Like our pure presence be a gift?
Joe, your presence every night on these airwaves is a gift.
Derek, he hasn't even unveiled his mom's brownies yet for me. All he said to me was, I got brownies. I actually put him up. I give him a project. So
hard at work, Derek.
He's very hard at work. Do you... we got Brookyln Rains coming up in a little bit. He's from the Revs. And for those that don't know, pancakes have been a discussion when it comes to the Revolution. They've been banned according to the Apple broadcast.
You think we get more out of Brookyln Rains than you got out of Peyton Miller on Nesson the other day?
Damn right. Damn right. Because, his presence is a gift. Oh, God. I can't wait to drop that, guys. Dude, I really appreciate it. Dude, man, your presence is a gift. Or, hey, man, I just got to live in the present, man. It's a gift. Well, Drake May, how about let's live in the present then, all right? Let's live in the present. Is Drake May watching Christian Gonzalez every day at practice, going toe-to-toe with A.J. Brown, playing without a future contract when he should probably get one, out there every single day watching the owner negotiate through the media, and then he's saying, man, look what they're making him do. What about my contract? So I'm just living in the present, Skaz. Do you question, is the Christian Gonzalez contract impacting Drake May when it comes to his contract? I think it's a good question to ask. I'll say this. If Robert Kraft and the Patriots make Drake May go through what Christian Gonzalez goes through, I would bet that he doesn't. I would bet before Drake May even steps foot on the field next year, he will have a contract. Would you agree with that? That'd be that means that his presence would be a present, right? But for real, guys.
I think that contract might be a present, Joe.
Oh, that's great. But do you think that, is this, all right, I understand why Gonzalez doesn't have a new deal. All right, first kick of the year.
Chad Ryland kicks off the NFL season.
That jerk.
Hey, got you, Drake May.
I told you. I got that awesome Patriots. I got the Patriots card, right? I could have got any Patriot. I get Chad Ryland. Can you believe that crap? And no, all right. I'm trying to make a story here about could the Christian Gonzalez non-contract be impacting Drake May? Do you think it will, Skess?
No.
Not even a little bit?
No. The Patriots have to pay Drake May.
Do you think they're going to pay Drake May before he even walks on the football field?
Yes.
So why are they not doing it for Christian Gonzalez, who's been a Pro Bowler, right? Best player in the Super Bowl last year?
Because he plays cornerback and because his agent is also representing the other guy at cornerback. That's the biggest other gentleman awaiting a contract.
Do you think Christian Gonzalez could take that as a slight?
I think in today's day and age, Joe, anybody can take anything as a slight, unfortunately. But no, I think as long as Christian Gonzalez gets his money, he'll be happy and play ball. I do think he wants to be here. I think he's been, nothing but, a good soldier, for lack of a better term, throughout this whole thing. So, yeah, I think Kraft kind of stepped in it at the beginning, and now it's on them to kind of resolve it, and I think they will. I don't see a world where they don't pay Christian Gonzalez. Now, it doesn't mean he's here long term, but I don't see a world where they don't pay the guy.
Okay. Just wanted to float that out there. Now, I'm going to remember that now. I'm going to remember that Christian Gonzalez has an agent who has to wait things out the right way, who plays cornerback. But when it comes to quarterbacks, it's completely different, and you give them the money right away. I'm going to, Skaz, next year at this time, August 6th of what's next year? 2027? If Drake May doesn't have a contract by that day, I'm going to bring this conversation back up. I just got to live in the present, man. It's a gift. Oh, horrifically hearing that today. Not really what I wanted to hear. Should I mention that Will Campbell didn't really practice today? Had a sleeve on his arm?
And they brought someone in.
Van Roten, who's a 36-year-old who hasn't missed a snap in 2 seasons. Caleb Lomu only played right tackle. Do you know that?
I thought he took some third-team reps at left tackle, I read.
Okay, maybe I didn't see that. There's a game next Wednesday, right? Or Thursday?
Thursday.
So I would not play Will Campbell, would you?
Certainly not, no.
So what about getting Van Roten ready to go? Well, he probably doesn't need to play either.
Probably doesn't want to.
Maybe that's the deal. Hey, man, I'll come in, I'll work out, I'll sign the deal. I'll come in for the game, and then, But no, I mean, I don't know. They're probably not going to play Drake May then if they don't have their tackles, right? I'm curious how the league plays the preseason this year. As Matt McCarthy likes to call it, fake football. Carson Beck. Oh, he looks gross in that uniform. You know who he kind of reminds me of?
McCarron?
Because I see the Cardinals, I see a little Jake Plummer.
Rosen? Some Josh Rosen in there?
The chosen Rosen. I can see it. But I see a little Jake Plummer because he's tall. Where's Jake Seymour been, dude? I don't think I've seen Jake at night here in a while.
He's been working some middays. I haven't seen Jake either.
Oh, that's right. He was texting us today. Do you think we can get Derek to eat a brownie tonight?
Joe, that's a big ask right there. We tried. We almost had Riley. Was it a buffalo wing last night?
Yeah. These two. Like, seriously. Oh, do you eat any sauces, ranch, blue cheese, or Caesar, Derek?
No.
Do you think you could identify the 3 of them by just looking at them?
What'd you say? Ranch, blue cheese, and something else?
Caesar dressing.
Probably not. Maybe ranch.
Well, doesn't ranch and blue cheese look the same?
Yeah, but if you put something in front of me, I'm probably just gonna say it's ranch.
Okay. We did that last night.
Okay.
Many people think that they can just eyeball something and look at it. I think they're liars. I think they think. By the way, Derek, your presence is a gift.
Thanks.
And every day is a present.
Who is this a soundbite from?
Would you like to hear?
Yes, please.
Please identify this man.
The present, that's why they call it a present, man. It's a gift.
That is our quarterback, Drake May.
The present, that's why they call it a present, man. It's a gift.
It's a gift.
I don't want your life. Oh, rest in peace. Is it okay to do it still?
I'm not stopping you.
I'm trying to think of some other Varsity Blue lines.
Kind of sounds like the good old boys.
You ever been to Bosnia?
Wait, what?
Oh, wait.
Billy Bob. Coach Fulmer. Oh, I almost said the other thing.
The present, that's why they call it a present, man. It's a gift.
It's a gift. All right, speaking of gifts, Brookyln reigns, the New England Revolution. We'll talk to him next here on the Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. Well, we've talked the Red Sox tonight, who are hot. We had football, American football on right now. The Hall of Fame game just started. And, of course, we have on 98.5 The Sports Hub and, of course, on Apple Television is where I watch my games when it comes to the MLS. I had a chance to talk to Taylor Twellman yesterday, and we had a great conversation about soccer and the Revs. And joining us right now, he is from the New England Revolution. He's Revolution midfielder Brookyln Rains. I got my ones up in the air, Brookyln. How you doing, bud?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, man. I've been watching, bro. We've been, I've been watching games. I saw your first goal, so that was pretty cool, man. What did you had your family in attendance that night for that one?
Yeah, they were there, so it was definitely a special night for both me and for them. And I think, anytime you score a goal in front of your family, it's always something to remember. But them just being there for my first one, it just made it like the best thing ever. So
cool, man. So after the World Cup ended, right? You guys had a game. It was the first game at home. I think it was new turf. I was a little underwhelmed. I thought, maybe there'd be that bump from you guys. What do you think it was in that game where you started off slow, but then against Atlanta came out for 4 goals?
yeah, I mean, I think obviously it's everyone's first game back. Not really, just using that as an excuse, but obviously the result didn't go the way we wanted. Obviously, it was a game we felt we could have won and ultimately dominated. But I think just everyone finding their feet again and finally getting to play, in a real game. It took us a few, minutes, and obviously, again, we didn't get on the score sheet, but I think when we played against Atlanta, I think we didn't really change anything. I think we had the same mentality. I think, like we always do, we just stuck to the game plan, but I think we were just a little bit more in rhythm. Like we started off on the front foot a lot better than the Toronto game, so I think that's what helped us most. And then everyone, again, just doing their part for the team, and then ultimately just getting 3 points.
The game against Atlanta, I felt like you guys had like an agenda against them. What I mean by it is like you guys showed, man, we want to score some goals. I think Carles Heel scored a goal at one point. I know Peyton Miller had a great one as well. But just watching your goal, though, right in the middle, ball comes right over to you, and all you had to do is just boop right in the middle, man. Tell us about the goal.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a good team build-up. I think the ball got to Matt Polster on the wing. He passed it back to me. I kind of just dribbled inside and found some space. Played a 1-2 with Jackson Ewell. Some people are saying that Marcos Zambrano touched it. I'm not really sure, but either way, the ball got through, and usually I'm never that high up on the field, so once I was there, I was kind of surprised, and so I just tapped it in. And beforehand, just in the locker room, me, Luca, Diego, and Marcos were talking about, like, if I score, like, what should our celebration be? And Diego had said that I should do the gritty, and I was like, oh, that's a good one, because I've done that one before. Yeah. So after I scored, I went and just tried to find Diego, and we both did it, and so that's what made it even more special.
Yeah, dude, you guys rolled that game, man. I watched the whole entire thing, and then last week you go up 2-0. What happened last week? Was you guys excited? Did they have a good attack second half? Was it the adjustment? What happened there?
Yeah, I think it was just I think one thing was just kind of the energy from the crowd, and also Montreal is a pretty good team on not just, I don't think, the standings kind of resemble a team. I think Montreal's a really good team, and obviously they had a long shot that went in that I think, that's just like once in a lifetime. Like that was a really good strike. And then obviously just they scored a header, so I think it's just getting back to, like the little details and just trying to pick up a man in the box. But obviously it kind of felt like a loss to us because 2-0 is a dangerous score, but sometimes that's football, and then you just got to keep your head up and move on to the next one, and that's what we have an opportunity to do on Saturday.
That's what you hear. A 2-0 lead, 3-0 lead is always the toughest to defend. Whether it's in any sport. We're talking with Revolution midfielder Brookyln Rains. Hey, Brookyln, I'm not a soccer expert, man. You've been doing this forever. This has been your life. But when I see you in the middle, you really do look for others, man. Like you're creative and you're, you got a good eye for everything else. But do you start to think that maybe you could be more of a goal scorer, being in the middle there? And I think you're great at setting people up, but I feel like it's starting to develop where maybe you're going to get some more shots on net.
Yeah, 100%. I think obviously, as my time here, as I've grown into the player I am today, I think I can start to see myself in higher positions and obviously scoring. I felt I've grown a lot since being here, and I feel more comfortable with obviously like just getting to know my teammates and kind of just the play style and how Marco wants us to play. And yeah, again, at the same time, I'm always looking for ways to impact games more. I don't really ever see myself that high up the field, but regardless, I just always try to focus on improving and then just helping the team any way I can.
Yeah, I've talked to Marco before, Coach Marco, and they believe in you, man. They think you can be, a goal scorer, dude. They're pretty satisfied with your play, so we're happy with your play too. So Peyton Miller, dude, he's a hell of a player, huh? He's fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he could be in the World Cup for Team USA in 2030. But just talk about him as a teammate. I know you guys are friendly off the field as well, but just talk about his game, man. I just think he's really showing something now.
Yeah, 100%. Peyton's definitely I'd say he's probably my best friend on the team. Obviously, I know Ethan, Kohler, and Griffin. I've obviously gotten to meet Matt as well, but I think me and Peyton have a really strong relationship both on and off the field. And yeah, on the field, like I said, I think Peyton is one of our most dangerous players, and I think also one of the most dangerous players in the league. And I'm not just saying that because he's, one of my teammates or he's my friend, but that's something I truly believe in. Like I said, like sky's the limit for him. And yeah, I mean, for both of us, I do see us both in both, the Olympics and hopefully the next World Cup. But I mean, Peyton's been doing great for the team, scoring goals, getting assists. Yeah, just being dangerous on the wing, whether, right side, left side, or also if he's playing outside back or wherever it is on the field, like he just does his role for the team. And then I think, all of us have, all of us back Peyton, like regardless, like whether, I know sometimes, like for me, like I know I go through ups and downs, but I think Peyton right now, he's just in really good form, and I'm just praying that he continues to do that. And like I said, like we're always here to back him up.
Yeah, Brookyln, we wouldn't be doing our jobs here if we didn't ask you about your upcoming opponent and your former team, the Houston Dynamo. What's that going to be like for you, facing off a lot of guys you played with in a team where you kind of, started out in the MLS? Are you looking forward to this? Little nerves? What's it like going against your former team?
Yeah, no, I think it's more exciting than nervous, getting to see some familiar faces, because obviously I spent a lot of time there, and I have a lot of respect for, the people over there, like medical staff, front office, coaches, players, like everyone, because they've given me, everything basically. And so, but yeah, it'll be good to see everyone before the game. But then, like I always say, once the whistle blows, it's go time. So I just will be fully committed to trying to win and help the team get the result. But again, I mean, my time in Houston was great. Like I learned a lot from coaches and like experienced teammates, and just I also got to go, through ups and downs that every player faces. But I think those years helped me to mature a lot as both a player and a person. And like they gave me a strong foundation that's helped me continue to grow here with Rev. So obviously I'm committed here right now with the Revolution. But yeah, it's going to be a special one for me.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that. Brookyln, I wanted to ask you kind of a question from like a player's perspective about the MLS as a whole. We see teams bring in, Casemiro or Sonny in LA, and, Rodrigo De Paul comes in, stuff like that. What is kind of the perspective of guys who are, a younger guy like yourself who's grinding his way into MLS? What is the perception, inside the Revs locker room when, teams are signing kind of these legendary guys, Thomas Mueller, Lewandowski, Kevin De Bruyne has been rumored. Like guys like that. Like, is that something you guys talk about? Is it exciting? Like, is there almost like a hey, like we have guys in this league that are grinding for some of these spots, and these guys treated as, I don't want to call it a retirement league, but what is the perception of kind of the older global talent coming to MLS?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's one of the coolest parts about the MLS is, the opportunity to play alongside and against players who've played at the highest levels, whether they've been, in Europe or they've played in World Cups or won trophies. Like, you get to learn from them every day. And I'd say, as a young player, you should try to, take little things from everyone, kind of like the way they prepare, how they communicate with players, how they see the game. And I think, those experiences help you grow a lot quicker than if you were just, relying on your own. And then even here, we just signed Jack Harrison, which I think is pretty awesome. And since he's been here, he's been great. Obviously everyone knows what he's done in his career. He works hard. He's really approachable, really chill. And again, for a younger guy like me, it's a chance to kind of just watch someone with his expertise and level, how he kind of carries himself, and then again just trying to pick up those little things, whether it's the mentality he brings every day or just training habits and just stuff like that. So
all right, Brookyln, we've asked you all the sports questions, all right? You know where I'm going, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So all right, first off, what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen people throw on the field after a goal?
The weirdest thing, I can't really say that. I've been
all right, never mind.
A lot of games where
okay,
people
all right. No worries.
At me.
No worries.
Yeah.
I'll speak for you. What about every Revolution goal that's at home? People throw pancakes on the field.
I mean, that'd be awesome. Me and Peyton would definitely love that. So
what do you think? You think we can get the movement going?
For sure. I mean, there's something going around calling me and Peyton the Pancake Boys, so I'm sure.
Oh, the Pancake Boys, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So let me. Okay. So you've been coming on with us for a little while. So we talked to Peyton Miller last week, and I asked him about the pancakes, and he was very quiet about it. So when I ask you about the pancakes, you can do whatever you want, but I want you to know that I have asked you guys about pancakes. So if I got you in trouble, I do apologize, but I'm not sorry. But I also want to let you know that the Apple broadcast, the night you scored your first goal, they said that you guys had pancake eating competitions, and now they're banned. They're banned. Is that true?
I wouldn't say competitions, and I don't know if they're banned. But we haven't gotten them since the first, I'd say, 3 games of the season. After that, they just stopped. So we're hoping to get them back, but we're not entirely sure.
So again, we're a radio show, man. You guys are on our radio station. We have all your games, and then after the last game, they served you guys pancakes after a game, right? Or after practice recently, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so then. Would you find it funny if we started throwing pancakes after every goal at Gillette Stadium?
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, because the story's been going around for the most. So, right. I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
All right. So if it wasn't competitions, then what would you call them?
Just regular pregame meals.
And so what happened? Did somebody get sick, or does your training and conditioning guy didn't appreciate it? What happened?
I think just the amounts that I was eating and maybe other players were eating just wasn't sitting right. So
yeah, and Peyton did kind of tell us that how many? Wait, because I know you have some sort of you're a breakfast guy, right? Or what is it? You like
Correct.
Waffle House?
Yeah, Waffle House, that's the one.
Okay, so what you can eat a lot of waffles and pancakes?
Pretty much, yeah.
What do you when you say pretty much? Like me, I could eat a stack of 5 pancakes easily. What about you?
Probably like 5 or 6.
Okay, at a time, or do you think you could do more?
I mean, to be honest, probably more.
Yeah.
If I really wanted to.
But you're an athlete. Like, athletes got to eat.
Yeah, obviously within reason. Doesn't mean you can just eat whatever you want, but like obviously I'm smart about, when I'm eating it. So.
But Peyton is like a 10 or more guy, right?
I can't speak for Peyton. I've never seen 10 on his plate, but I wouldn't be surprised if he could eat that much. So,
all right, I'll take it easy. No, thank you for it's so funny because I asked Coach Barco. I said, "Hey, man, are pancakes banned? Like, what's going on there?" He goes, "No pancakes at all." So he kind of took the high road as like, "No, you guys are fine." So I assume it's probably one of the other coaches that were like, "Hey, man, cut the crap with the pancakes before the games." But I do think that like think about it, right? Like the Red Sox right now have won their last 35 games, dude. They have 30 wins, right? But like they're the show and go. They had some plane issues, and they like somewhat kind of came together after all the travel issues. So like that's what brought the team together. Well, maybe the pancakes can have you guys go on this little second half run. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree at all. I think that'd be great. Hopefully we can get the word out, but at the end of the day, it's not really my decision. So.
Yeah. Well, you got a big game this week against your former team. What do you do? Do you listen to something before the game? What's going to pump you up this week?
To be honest, probably just a few verses in my Bible, and then just treating it like any other game, like not trying to do anything extra. Obviously, like do the little things that I need to do, but not trying to, do something special to where like I'm not really being myself just because I'm playing against my former team. Like just stick to what I've always done and just go out there and have fun.
Well, just remember, every day is a gift, and your presence is a gift.
100%.
So, all right, Brookyln, man, good luck, dude. I think you're getting better every week, dude. We're rooting for you. We love the Pancake Boys, and good luck against your former team, man, and I'm rooting for another goal for you, bud.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You got it. He's Brookyln Reigns, everybody, Revolution midfielder. And
you butchered that Drake May quote. You butchered that thing.
He went with it, though, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's a good sport, bro.
Wait, what was the quote again, Dave? We have our first touchdown of the season, by the way. Corey Kiner. It's a household name right there, huh? Who's the coach of the Cardinals?
The president, that's why they call it a present, man. It's a gift. So I just try to.
What did I say?
I don't even know, Joe. Let's see. I'll pull it up.
I will say this, though. Derek looked at me. He looked at me. The Pancake Boys, man. For real, guys, this weekend when the Revs score a goal, you got to just remember, every day is a gift in your presence. Well, just remember, every day is a gift in your presence is a gift.
100%.
He went with it, say 100%. 100%.
100%. He was all in. It didn't matter what you said, Joe.
I could have pulled anything out of the Bible that day.
Man, these pancakes have the kids on eggshells down there, huh?
What happened?
This is like going to be like Malcolm Butler. We might never get answers.
He said since the third game, they haven't been able to eat pancakes.
Like the third best team in MLS. Can we get the damn kids some pancakes?
Okay, I'm being serious right now, right? Like the Revs are a partner of us.
Not a competition, Joe. Not a competition.
No, but like this could be like the one actual campaign that wouldn't it be cool if they threw pancakes on the field? Or we like made Frisbee pancakes that said 98.5 The Sports Hub, Rev Radio Network? Do Frisbees look like pancakes? If we made them like, with butter and syrup on them, Frisbees? I know a guy who could make these guys.
You got a pancake guy, Joe?
Well, it's not a Well, actually, I do have a pancake guy. But I have a guy who can make frisbees that look like pancakes. I could make this happen. So if the powers that be are listening, we can do this. All right. We got our first touchdown of the year, and well, the Red Sox are making a comeback. We'll tell you the score right now in Sports Hub Headlines.
Sports Hub Headlines.
Red Sox trail the White Sox 5-3 right now, and you know what? Forget. Do you want to ride with me? Oh, we got in or out coming up next. Skaz, you wouldn't believe this, but someone tagged me on Old Takes Exposed today. Do you know why they tagged me on Old Takes Exposed?
I'm sitting next to a guy who could have been tagged on that a couple times.
Oh, that's right.
No, Joe, I have no idea. What did they get you for?
Remember when I said that the Celtics drafted Dylan Mitchell? But he wasn't going to get a contract. He was somebody that was going to, they were going to keep him around so he could play in Maine, but he wouldn't get a contract.
Yes.
Well, yesterday, Dylan Mitchell received his two-way contract with the Celtics. So somebody tagged me on Old Takes Exposed because I said that they probably weren't going to sign him. So, Skaz, I was wrong.
How dare you, Joe?
I mean, they still could cut him, right?
Absolutely.
So I don't want to so if you want to take your victory lap, I just don't know if I'd die on the Dylan Mitchell hill, would you? Dylan Mitchell, who shot 9% at St. John's last year from 3. By the way, he did have like a 24-point game in the G League, though. I will say that. But Old Takes Exposed. Dylan Mitchell. Dylan Mitchell. Oh, well. Well, Luke Fitzpatrick showed up, our old intern. The last time I saw him, he said that the Red Sox were done and that I was just like being Ness and Joe or something. Something to that degree.
Yeah, John Henry's payroll, Ness and Joe.
Yeah. And I'm not doing a victory lap as in like, hey, I was right, you were wrong. It's just that you were wrong. I just didn't want to give up on the season yet.
I would say that the last time we saw Luke, he was a defeated man. He had thrown in the towel on the 2026 Boston Red Sox. I think pretty fairly so at the time.
Somebody just said, I told you no shot Joe would pull that off. Was that the present? Was that the present?
Yeah. People were taking bets on that one.
Some guy also said Joe Martin doesn't know how to eat flats. Joe's upset about Old Takes Exposed, but Joe learned to eat. Mr. Dubs, I would eat you under the table, sir.
Where is this narrative coming from?
You think I got a problem with eating? I might have a problem with the way I eat my wings, but it doesn't mean I got a problem. I do love people in the chat, though, that just say whatever they want and know nothing. Like they think we're just like these cartoon characters. You know? We're just real people at work. Well, I think people are ready for in or out, Skaz. Someone in our chat already said, what's it going to be, McFly? Are you in or you're out? Why don't we let Derek in the studio? You come in the studio. Let Luke Fitzpatrick sit in that chair. Bust his balls. Actually, he's been on the Cape, so I actually would like to know a little bit. We also have another intern that I gave your contact to. Did he contact you? All right, we'll talk about it later then. Hey, in or out is next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
I'm the best. Success is
Do you know anything about him?
Yeah. Luke came in another night while I was here very early into my internship and then brought him in tonight, chatted with him.
Was I here for that?
Yeah, you were here. That was the night.
Oh, it was the night we fought.
Yeah.
Well, not fight, but he just was like, Joe, it's over. It's over, Joe.
I would have said the same thing.
No.
Maybe not as aggressively as he said, but
he didn't understand that I have to do a show every day. Every day. I couldn't just pass over the team that was the worst ever. Weren't they the worst team ever? Seriously.
Yes.
It was the worst offense in like 100 years. By the way, if you get a chance, did you see the horrific throw from Slayton at first base? I asked someone.
Yeah, we were actually watching it back there.
Okay, I played softball, right? So sometimes when I'd get like a ground ball, well, because you throw underhand so much,
Yep.
I used to just throw underhand to first base because if you tried to throw it, he looked like he was playing softball. That cost him 2 runs, by the way.
Yeah. Now it's 7-5.
The inning would have been over.
Yep.
Jerk. Anyways. All right, it's good. Well, I don't know why this always happens, but we always get to this point.
The preamble.
We got Johnny Avello coming up.
All right, gentlemen, a Thursday night edition of In or Out, August 6th. Let's start. Let's see, where do we want to start tonight? Let's start with our good friends over at a Peruvian soccer club has decided to put 1,000 sponsors on one jersey. Deportivo Municipal sold local sponsorships for roughly $60 each after they were relegated, generating enough revenue to help overcome its financial crisis. Gentlemen, are we in or out on putting 1,000 logos on a single jersey?
Oh.
You couldn't have done it anywhere besides the jerseys? Like nowhere around the stadium? I am so out on this. How is this even possible? What's the design?
It's in Slack. They're all teeny tiny little logos.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess good for recouping your financials, but this is just blasphemous.
This is stupid. But you know what, though? It kind of looks... what is that? Who wears that? What am I thinking of?
Like a sash?
Yeah.
Like a Girl Scout sash?
Yeah, like what? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the badges.
Like the team they face in dodgeball, he's like almost wearing that uniform.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, it reminds me of... what was the name of the place in... what am I thinking of? Dirty Work. When the Buttons McGee guy.
No, I got nothing for you.
You know what I'm talking. We're Office Space. Sorry, Office Space.
I have never seen Office
Jennifer
Space.
Aniston worked there. Oh my God! Why can't I remember the name right now? You haven't seen Office Space?
No.
Oh, dude,
that's one I need to get to though.
It's a little older than you, but no. What was the name of that place that they Tchotchkes? Remember they had to wear the buttons with the flare? Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Buttons with a flare.
All right, gentlemen, maybe something you'll be in on. A live-action The Jetsons movie is officially moving forward, starring Jim Carrey as Jim Jetson, or George Jetson, I'm sorry. Are we in or out on a live-action Jetsons movie starring Jim Carrey?
Is Astro a human or a dog?
I don't have that information at the ready, Joe.
George Jetson, daughter Judy, Jane, his wife. All
Lovely. I'm not too familiar with this property. I don't know.
You're not familiar with the Jetsons cartoon show?
Not really. I know the Flintstones. Is this kind of the alley we're looking at?
Well, I think you should hear the theme maybe because I sang it for you.
What happened to Jim Carrey saying he was retiring from acting after Sonic 2?
Is Jim Carrey, does he need money?
I would say so. He said he would only return for a movie if the script was written in gold. And it looks like this Jetson script must be marvelous.
Jim Carrey's weird. He was the Riddler in the old Batman movies.
What a great... That was Batman Forever. Where, I'm
Do you
forgetting
know I was
his name.
12 years old when that came out?
All right.
Here we go.
Meet George Jetson. His boy Elroy.
I missed Elroy.
Daughter Judy. Jane, his wife.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like I sang it pretty good.
No, yeah. Astro is Astro's their dog.
Yeah.
Doesn't get a part in the intro.
No, they're a family that lives in space. And yeah.
Okay.
It was okay. It was
I enjoy Jim Carrey. If you bring Jim Carrey back, I'm at least keeping my eye on it.
yeah.
All right, gentlemen, from one animated show becoming a movie to a movie becoming an animated show. Joe Dirt may be in the works to become an animated comedy series. Are we in or out on a Joe Dirt TV show?
I like Joe Dirt.
I have never seen Joe Dirt, but I like David Spade. So this is kind of the Jetson scenario. I've got my eye on it.
Do you know who is in Joe Dirt, guys?
David Spade? Kid Rock?
Keep going.
Who else is in Joe Dirt?
Fake imitations.
Christopher Walken, of course.
Oh,
you see.
You see, I had to leave the...
A very excited Christopher Walken in one of those scenes, if I remember correctly.
That's
Very
correct.
excited.
Yeah. He was in the witness protection program. He was like a real mobster, and he went into witness protection and worked at like a school. Joe Dirt, if you like brandy, why don't you just say, hey, hey? That was bad, right? You know what? Would there be a radio host in it, like Dennis Miller? So what Joe Dirt is about a story of a guy who he's got a mullet.
He gets left at the Grand Canyon as a child.
By his family.
Oh, okay.
And he lives his whole life maybe thinking about meeting his family again. So he I don't know where the story came from, but he went on the radio. Was he the janitor at the radio station? Was he like Luis? Wait. That's from the story, right? He was the janitor at a radio station. Dennis Miller was the host of the radio show. And he goes, come on, Joe Dirt, come on in.
I'm looking for my pa, or whatever he says.
He was looking for his family. And so these people were like, oh, yeah, we're your family, Joe, because they thought they were going to get money.
Yeah, cash grab there.
Yeah. And then emotionally got him. And then, Brandy, because Dennis Miller couldn't really see Brandy. It was just, we just all knew she was hot. And then there was this neighborhood punk named Kid Rock. Oh, wait, whatever his name was. I'm in on this. Give me the Everyday Show. In. Next.
All right, gentlemen, let's head to the world of Chips Ahoy for this next one. This came across my feed earlier today. Chips Ahoy have now released a dipped in chocolate version. They are completely coated in chocolate. Are we in or out on... I'm sorry, and they teamed up with Nestle Crunch. It is a Nestle Crunch coating on the Chips Ahoy cookie. Are we in or out on a Nestle Crunch coating on a Chips Ahoy cookie?
So, regular Chips Ahoy cookie, but kind of dipped in a Nestle Crunch?
I've dropped it in Slack if you need a picture for research purposes.
In.
Yeah, it looks phenomenal.
But I feel like... Okay, in. Definitely in. Is there another cookie that does this?
I feel like those the little elves there, the Keebler guys, they're up to something with the dipped cookies, I feel like.
Dude, the Keebler elf chocolate fudge.
They know what they're doing over there.
Those little elves know what's up.
And now Chips Ahoy is following suit.
So they're partners, huh? Keebler and
Chips Ahoy and Nestle Crunch.
See, Luke Kuechly's not even as tall as her. I told you I met him.
At BC.
I didn't even know. He's a little guy wearing a shirt though, jersey.
Yeah.
This. I'm going to share this one. This one's the Snackalator. And
you see who's on the mound for the White Sox right now?
Let me guess. Jordan Hicks.
That's our guy, Jordan Hicks. See if he can throw a strike.
That's Rafael Devers right there.
Oh, ripped!
Wow.
What a rip down the line by Caleb Seven.
Go toe.
Uh-oh.
The little guy.
Uh-oh. Safe. Man, these guys got a flair for the dramatic, huh?
Oh, yeah. He's got dirt on his forehead.
Durbin dislocated his finger again, I think. Look.
Oh,
no.
Just pop that sucker back in.
He did it the other day. We saw that live.
Oh. All right.
Watch as one man dislocates his finger and puts it back in place while watching.
They've all got Luke Kuechly t-shirts on.
So I hit up Smitty today and I said, hey, man, what's up with all the guys wearing the McDonald's looking gloves in red and yellow? He got nothing for me. Actually, let me look it up. I haven't asked in a while. Did he get back to me? Know what I don't like about Twitter? You have to put in a code to get back into your mail. Does anybody else have that problem?
Your mail on Twitter?
Yeah. Never mind.
Okay.
Oh,
hey, going home.
Oh, well, hey, man. Are they going to put some ice on that finger? What are they going to do there? I will tell you, though, the fact that guy just goes back out there, how does he grip his glove with that?
I don't know.
Or is it the other finger? Yeah, I know. It was this finger. These guys.
Man, this Jordan Hicks guy really sucks, huh?
I would not want him on our team.
All right. Any more scaz? I know we got Johnny Avello.
No, that can wrap up a Thursday night edition of In or Out for tonight. We got the great Johnny Avello coming up shortly.
Why do I keep saying Avello?
It's Avello, I believe.
Avello. He is. No, he's a nice Italian.
Yeah, of course. Fellow Paisan.
That's right. We got some odds. Red Sox odds. This is the man of DraftKings. The guy.
The guy.
The guy who, makes the lines.
Wow. All right.
Well, yeah. Kind of. Yeah. I don't know if he necessarily,
Why don't we find out?
He's going to pause me to interview. Hold up.
Is he technically cooking up the books? Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. All right. Oh, we missed the headline, didn't we? Okay. Let's do that. We'll talk to Johnny Avello coming up next. DraftKings. I'm Joe Murray, and maybe the Red Sox will be winning by then. Thank you. Bye.
From the Delaware Tiger Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. Touchdown! The flagship station of the Patriots, Bruins, the Celtics, WBCFM and HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Leslie Media Group station celebrating 65 years of broadcasting. Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox trail 7-6 over at Fenway Park, but they're threatening. Bottom of the sixth inning right now. Ranger Suarez did not make it out of the what inning? He went 3 innings, 70 pitches. Justin Slayton threw one into the ground. That's why they gave up all those runs. And the Hall of Fame game's on right now. Carson Beck, nice touchdown pass so far in this one. And Adam Vinatieri spoke. He's going to the Hall of Fame this week. And Jaylen Brown says he hasn't talked to Jason Tatum. Me either. Headlines brought to you by Awaken with 80 Weight Loss. Don't put off losing weight this summer. Reach your goal during the easiest season for weight loss. Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer. I'm Joe Murray.
Diving effort. He's got a breakaway. To the backhand. Throws it in front. Coming to the slot. The Sports Hub.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Well, we got the Red Sox on right now. Looks like they're trying to make another comeback. Let's welcome in. He's the best in the business, head of the sports book, Over at DraftKings, you guys know him. Johnny Avello joins us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Johnny, how you doing tonight, bud?
Hey, Joe, I'm doing well. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, sir. It's funny because I think I've already missed the best odds for the Red Sox. If on July 4th they had a 9-game road trip, and I said, you know what, maybe it's worth taking a shot on these guys. I missed it, man. And now the odds are, they're a top 5 team to win the World Series. Just before we get into the odds, what do you think of this turnaround? This is something that in the last 35 games, they're 30-5. Have you seen something like this? You've been watching this for a long time. Have you seen a team this hot?
I saw the Mets do it. Back in '69, being a Met fan. Going into the season, Joe, the Red Sox didn't look like a bad squad. And so it just took them a while to put it together. Some teams do during the regular season, some don't. And the Red Sox just kind of found their way. And then they go out and get a couple of players, and now, they're certainly in contention. Now, with all that being said, the Dodgers go out and they get Skubal, and, their odds shorten even more than they were, plus 190. Now they're plus 160. So as they shorten, we really didn't shorten anybody else in the field because they're still the team to beat. Now, the Red Sox, you could have had them at some pretty good odds, and that back a ways when you were looking at them. You just didn't have the faith and didn't pull the trigger.
Nope.
And sometimes that's what you got to do. When you see some lucrative odds out there and you think the team is good, they just maybe haven't put it together, you got to take a shot at them.
Absolutely. And that's when you should pounce. I completely agree with you. You mentioned the Dodgers, the number's now 160. I would say, in the media, I think some people might think the Red Sox aren't for real. Just watching their turnaround here, every day, it's hard not to acknowledge that this is real and it's sustainable, and they're going to get, guys back too. But I think I'm kind of bringing this towards the New York Yankees. The Yankees have literally given up almost 15 games in the standings to the Red Sox. But all I keep hearing is, when Aaron Judge comes back or when they get healthy. But at this point, could they kind of lose some ground here? And do odds makers still believe in the New York Yankees?
Yeah, we do. They're the second choice at plus 650. And it's not like the Yankees have played badly. It's just the Red Sox have played phenomenally. And that's the reason why, the Red Sox have caught some games. The Yankees aren't at full strength. Judge is a big part of the team. We don't know Judge. I'm not really sure when Judge comes back, what it means when he comes back. But they did strengthen their pitching up a little bit. So they're in okay shape. Back to the Dodgers again with that short price. To me, that is the shortest price that I have ever seen on a team to win the World Series at this time of the year. And as soon as the Dodgers went out and got Skubal, all of a sudden they can't win a game. I'm not sold on the Dodgers winning this at this point because they could have lost last year. They could have lost the year before that. They just happened to win both of them, and I believe they were very fortunate to do so. The lineups from top to bottom's real strong, no question about it, but you got to have something going. And when you get into the playoffs, I think momentum really, really takes over. If they have it and they're playing well, yeah, they'll be certainly the favorite and maybe even shorter than what they are now. But I just think there's other teams out there that can challenge them.
Johnny, you know how look-ahead lines work. I think it's easier to discuss them in football, hey, the schedule came out, this is the look-ahead line. But when it came to baseball, you mentioned it earlier, odds makers thought the Red Sox would make the playoffs this year, right? They thought they would go over, I think it was 88 wins or whatever it was this year. So are now the odds lined up to what you guys originally thought on the look-ahead? And is there value, I guess, from now compared to the look-ahead earlier in the year?
Well, let's look at the teams of the Dodgers. The Brewers were a team that, in a division that was totally open for grabs. They're playing a little bit over expectations. The Braves did put it back together. We had the Braves not a real huge price. They might, you could add the Braves at maybe 20-1 or so. And so the other teams that are, is there any team in there that's really doesn't belong in there? I don't think White Sox. I mean, I didn't see the White Sox playing this well this year. That's the only team. Everybody else kind of figured. Braves, Brewers, Cubs, Red Sox, Rays, maybe another surprise. Phillies, Astros, and Mariners. They're all teams that, we thought had a chance to make the playoffs. So not a lot of surprises in baseball.
How about awards? Like Yordan Alvarez is probably running away right now with the MVP. He's minus 900. To me, that's a very high number. We know Bobby Witt's hurt. Kevin Arrow's a great one, right, at plus 600. I see locally here Wilson Contreras is still in the mix there. But does the team's success mean anything compared to a guy like Yordan Alvarez who's having a career year?
It should. It doesn't always have to if someone is just having such a great year. Look at the other side. Look at the National League with PCA and Ohtani. So Ohtani had a pretty sizable lead here. And it's not like Ohtani's having a bad season. Actually, when you look at PCA's numbers and Ohtani, they're equal. They both have the same amount of home runs. They both have the same amount of RBIs. What Armstrong has going for him is more stolen bases. He's on a team where he might be the guy that's carrying them more weight than others. On the Dodgers, if Ohtani wasn't there, the Dodgers would probably have a very similar record to what they have already.
Yep.
So I think that's the difference there. So you asked about teams. Yeah, it makes a difference. If your team's really poor, though, you better be having just a tremendous year, though, to win this award.
Yeah, that's interesting. I kind of thought Ohtani would run away with it, but yeah, Crow Armstrong's having a fantastic. He doesn't believe in Babe Ruth though, which I thought was very weird, but that's got nothing to do with betting. Any of these long shots, Abrams had a hell of a year. Schwarber, Mizorowski, you think any of those could make a big run, or you really think it's just down to Ohtani and PCA?
I think when you look at Abrams' numbers, his numbers are as good as the other guys. He's actually batting better than those guys. He's got more home runs than those guys. So I still think he's in the conversation. Maybe we have him a bit high at 100-1. Schwarber hasn't done enough. And Mizorowski, I don't think so at this point. So I think it's a two-man race with Abrams. Possibility if, things go real well for him next 6 weeks or so.
Johnny, the Red Sox right now are plus 390 to win the AL East. I think they can chase the Yankees, and I think the Red Sox personally have a soft schedule the rest of the way. Is 390 the best number you think from now until the end of the year for them to potentially win the AL East?
If it gets worse than this, then they probably won't win it. If you're going to bet them this is 4-1. If you want to bet them, this is probably the time to grab something, because if the price starts going the other way up, that means they're going to fall more games behind, and that won't be good. So what you want to hope for is, if you want to make this bet, take 4-1 and just hope that they continue to play the ball that they've been playing so far over the last 6 weeks, and that Tampa falls. I think for the Yankees, I think they can catch the Yankees. If the Yankees aren't at full strength, they're certainly one of the best teams in the AL East.
Got one for you. I'd love to make a case for Sonny Gray, Cy Young. Do I think Cam Schlittler should get it if it ended today? Absolutely, and he's the favorite. Dylan Cease beat Sonny Gray 2 weeks ago at Fenway, shut him out during their hot streak. He was outstanding, but nobody thought Sonny Gray was really going to be the number 2 in Boston, and they're without Garrett Crochet. He has 14 wins now in the year. I think Toronto could fade. The Yankees could fade. Is there a chance that it might be worth taking a look at Sonny Gray for the Cy Young Award?
Why not? He's the third choice. Schlittler is 105 and Cease is minus 115, and then he's the third guy with odds of 20-1. So why not? I mean, it's not like we're in September. It's not like there's just a few weeks left to go. We have a long way to go. So, if you feel that he's going to put some quality starts together here, and this will be important these next 2 or 3 weeks, then yeah, the 20-1s could be a good price.
Johnny, I've been betting so many like props when it comes to baseball. Tonight I went under Ranger Suarez strikeouts. It was 6.5. The only reason why I went under is he can't get out of the fourth inning, and he got pulled in the third tonight. How much involvement is there when it comes to individual player props? And the reason why I ask is that's one I played tonight. It was a little juicy. I got it at like 150, I think. But I've been betting Wilson Contreras walk. And, man, I think he's had a walk in like maybe 11 of his last 13 games. You guys are aware of that stuff, right, when you give us plus money on that?
We are. I mean, we just go by the overall stats. We don't go by what's happened in the last 2 or 3 games. We just look at the big picture, not the smaller picture. I could tell you one thing about props now, and props were bet individually, and at one time you really couldn't parlay them together. But with same game parlays now, that really has taken hold in the sports betting world. People like to take a shot with $5-10 and turn it into 4 digits, and that's what you can do with same game parlay. So sounds like you're betting them on the straight side, which is good. That's a good way to bet them. You're picking your spots. But others like to stick them in a game with the team to win, guy to get maybe a walk, a guy to hit a home run in the game. And if you can put those together, you can put some telephone numbers together as far as a collection.
Oh, I'm an old school bettor, Johnny. I know that you can do parlays. It works. It can be fruitful. At the same time, I think the old faithful one bet at a time, it still works, right? It still works. But I did want to ask you about that. I love DraftKings personally. There was a home run boost yesterday, and Willie Abreu hits 2 of them. You hit that, boom. It's big money. But these boosts, do you see more of a handle because of these boosts? And who comes up with, all right, we're going to do this today, and hey, we're going to give a 50% boost to, this game tonight. Like, is that marketing, or is that your end trying to get, more of a handle on these bets?
We have a whole team that takes care of those boosts and those areas where we're going to give more money than what the bet is actually worth, and we do that for our customers. Loyal customers. We love to keep their customers, giving them something back. And so that's just the DraftKings way. So, we'll continue to do that and have done that now for many years.
I love that. And I even do it when I'm at the casino too. I like the little boost in there. The Red Sox right now are down 7-6. They have a runner on base. They've won 8 in a row. Live right now, -122. I love the old, they didn't give me the -1.5. So that one's gone right now. But when you see a team with a winning streak like this, are the odds adjusted? Like tonight, the Sox were -180. I think it closed -190 tonight. A little bit higher juice because the money was coming in. But you guys do take into account winning streaks like that?
We take into account how the team's playing and their numbers. And as we speak, you said 122. We went to 131. Now we're 153. So... yeah, you talk about adjustments. We're making adjustments every second as the game goes on, and we're certainly adjusting the team's overall power rating as they play better during the year. And believe me, the Red Sox is one of those teams now who's been adjusted drastically.
Well, we're moving the lines as we're here on the highest rated radio station in Boston. You're helping us move those lines, man, Johnny. We love that. I got one more for you, and I do appreciate you joining us here and talking a little baseball. It's funny, we don't get to do a lot of baseball betting, right? I think a lot of the low-hanging fruit, I guess, is football, right? Everyone's always betting on football, but I think there's a ton of value when it comes to baseball. But I'll ask you one Patriots one before we get out of here. I look at division winners, and I can't help but look at the AFC East. The Patriots are +125. There's a lot of love for Buffalo. And obviously you're on the home of the Patriots, and I'm not trying to be a homer here, but I find that odd, the fact that they are plus money to win the AFC. I'm not as high on Buffalo as the odds makers are. Why do the odds makers love Buffalo this year?
Well, Buffalo hasn't won a Super Bowl ever, and they should have over the last 4 years or so. So the thought is, the team now has a new coach. has shored up their defense. And we know what Josh Allen brings. I mean, he's just a great talent. Patriots have a very difficult schedule this year. We have them at 10 wins. Of course, you can go down to 9.5, and you can go 10.5 if you'd like, and even get a better plus. But the schedule is so difficult. And so we have the Bills slightly a better team overall than the Patriots. Not a lot, but enough to make them the favorite to win the AFC East, and a little better, shorter odds to win the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm already looking at week 4, Patriots, Bills. Patriots are plus 3.5 right now, so I got that one circled. I'm already looking. I got the look-ahead line all ready to go, Johnny. I'm waiting, baby. I think it is the first game. Might have been one of the first games for Buffalo with their new stadium, so maybe that's mixed in there as well. Just one more, Johnny. We did a ton of World Cup talk here on the radio station. The betting was so fun. It really was a great tournament overall. Do you feel like DraftKings had one of its most profitable summers when it came to the World Cup?
I would tell you that going into that World Cup, I personally had high expectations. I think the company had good expectations. I know what World Cups are about. I've dealt many of them, in my career in the business. The handle on it was amazing. It actually reached March Madness status, which is incredible for a tournament that took place in a month. And the reasons for that, it was in our country, besides Canada and Mexico. The times were perfect for wagering. Noon out on the West Coast where I live, 3 o'clock back in the East Coast, as 3, 5, 7, just perfect times. And that World Cup is so big across the world. And I think our country got a real good taste of that for the people that got exposed to online wagering for the first time. But just an amazing. Now, how did we do overall? We had some really good days. We had some really poor days. Anytime that the favorite won and the guys that were supposed to score did, we took a beating. But we also had some really good days. And overall, it turned out well. But, I can't say enough about having a sport like that during the summer to fill in all those blanks. When baseball is the only thing going, I think we're all looking for something else. And the World Cup was something else.
It was something else, and we loved it, man. It was a good time. I was kind of curious because I know some of those USA games were, at least reportedly, were some of the highest here in the United States. But it's one of the biggest betting sports in the world, man. It was absolutely awesome this summer. All right, Johnny. Hey, appreciate you, man. Best in the business. Hey, what do you think of Bet Bash? I got buddies out there. My buddy Sammy P. All these other guys that are out there, but. Would you ever go? 800 people, I think, have showed up to Bet Bash in Vegas.
I actually have spoke at Bet Bash before.
Wow.
It's a good event. It's for people to kind of hone in on their gambling, learn some new techniques. I will be going to the Hall of Fame dinner tomorrow night as one of my friends, Vinny, who is getting inducted. So I'll see all the fellas down there tomorrow. It should be a good night.
That's all good for you. Hey, honey, I'm going away. I know it's 2 weeks before Labor Day, but I'm going to Vegas for. It's a learning experience. Yep, that's why we're going. But
That's right.
But congratulations to you and your buddy. Have some fun down there, man. We appreciate you always joining us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Thank you, Joe. Good talking to you.
You got it. It's Johnny Avello, everybody, the best in the business when it comes to sports books. And, of course, over at our partner, DraftKings. Well, the World Cup did very well, it sounded like. He goes, yeah, some days when all the favorites won and all the regular goal scorers scored, it was great. Well, anyways. Hey, what's going on with the Red Sox? We'll tell you now here in Headline.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox. Dude, Johnny Avello's awesome. He kind of said, if you want the Red Sox, this is the best number to get. Although he didn't say it. I'm just telling you that he said that. Ooh, head coaching brothers in history. Here we go. Nesser, Harbaugh, Gruden, LaFleur. Did you see that? Anybody see that up there? We need some theatrics for this Red Sox win tonight, don't we? Down 7-6. They just had a chance with runners on the corner. Caleb Durbin at the plate. He struck out looking. And the Moose go. Eric Haas. No, sorry. What's his name again? Eric Miller, right? The Moose. On the mound right now, 7-6. The White Sox do not want to lose this game. And by the way, a horrific throw by Justin Slayton at first base. It was so bad. Maybe I already said that. Thank you to everybody watching in our chat and hanging out with us on Twitter. Let's see. What the bleep was that, Joe? Weissert and Slayton should never pitch in games. Pitchers are trash throwing to the bases. Pitchers can't make normal throws, Joe. Roll it to first, somebody wrote. That's right. May I just say that Carson Beck is having a hell of a night? If anybody's watching the game. Whoa! That guy took a big hit. Who's that guy? But we got ourselves a nice little game in the old first Hall of Fame game. Carson Beck, 13-16, 173, 1 touchdown. Haynes Kings looked pretty good too, 11-17. And he likes to run. Want to know one little nugget about Patriots camp that I found interesting of late? Robert Spillane. Remember him? You guys know who Robert Spillane is, right? Middle linebacker for the Patriots. He ranked 18th in the PFF linebacker rankings. Quote, since 2023, his 77 overall PFF grade is the 12th highest among qualified linebackers. It's his excellence concentration against the run. When he's not on the field, you can tell. When you talk about players that are important to the team, I think Robert Spillane is very important. Skaz, what do you think about Robert Spillane? What are your thoughts on him?
I think he's a good player when he's on the field, Joe. I think, he was missed at times when he wasn't on the field. I think linebacker is a question mark may be strong, but if you're going to have questions about the defense, I think defensive line and linebacker are where you start.
KJ Britt is having a good camp. They think he'll be the backup. And then Chad Muma. Remember him? Where did he play? Chad Muma. Yeah, I remember him being very good.
That would be Wyoming, I believe.
And he played for a team last year, though, right?
The Colts.
Okay. Ooh, the Colts. Did you see the linebacker, all those running backs getting signed? Jonathan Taylor got paid. Didn't he hold out a couple of years ago? I can't remember. Anyways. Well. Should we do some musings? Oh, I ate the brownie. I ate Mrs. Olson's brownies. Would you like my review next?
Please.
Okay, I'll do that next. And do you want me to fight with Luke?
I mean, I don't want you to fight with Luke. It just feels like that's the inevitable when Luke is here.
Well, I also feel like if the Red Sox lose,
it's his fault.
He will be better. Yeah, you know what? I'll blame you. I have no problem with that. All right, let's do the musings next. We'll pause. We'll have fun. And we're awaiting the Red Sox game. They're down 7-6 right now in the 8th. Let's see if they can make a comeback next here on the Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5.
On stuff in the world unrelated to sports. So sit back, relax, and get your mind in the game and listen to the words of a grown man.
Director.
I'm glad you've mentioned this, Joe. Hell of a quote from this guy.
Well, it's college. This is college sports. This is the difference. We can also play you the audio if you'd like. It was a bad joke, too, just to throw it out there. But Purdue's new athletic director, he is in the state of Indiana. That's where Purdue is. Sometimes I call them Purdon't, because they always have a good team, but then they kind of stink.
Purdue is the team where it's not an upset if you beat them, no matter what they're ranked. Even if they're the number 1 ranked team in the country, not really an upset if you beat them.
Yep. And they could have whoever you want, right?
Zach Edey,
Carson Edwards in the past. Joe Wanton Johnson. Remember the Celtics drafted him? The last time the actual school has won a national championship was 2010. Golf.
Who could forget?
And then the women in 1999. There was a great run there, if you can remember that. But Skaz, why don't you play the new athletic director? And I don't have his name.
Every recruit, every current student athlete will hear this message repeatedly. We are here to win championships. If you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana.
Bad joke.
Now, Joe, I'm not the closest fan of college football, but remind me, who won the national title last year in college football?
That would be Fernando Mendoza in Indiana and Frank Cignetti.
No, Kurt Cignetti.
Frank?
Who's Frank Cignetti?
That's right, Kurt.
I just don't think that's exactly how you should maybe start off your tenure as a new AD.
It's the same thing with North Carolina. Bubba had to cut that damn shirt.
Oh, Bubba.
To look like Belichick?
Well, he had to sneak UNC into the bracket first. That was his first.
Yes.
That was his first move.
Yeah.
That was $100,000 bonus, I believe he got for that, if I'm remembering correctly.
Oh, that was smelly.
Suspect.
Now, they did win their first round game.
I think they might have won 2 that year, yeah.
Whatever it was, they got bounced and smoked, however far they went. Oh, suspect, big time. This Meadroth kid's not so bad, huh? That the Red Sox had.
Saul with the glove.
Oh, hey! Oh, he dropped the ball! Well, you know what happens when you make an error with 2 outs.
Yeah, Tony Seagulls is going to make him pay.
What's up with that? Why? Oh, because his name is Siegel.
Yeah.
Should we start calling him Hooch Seagulls? Actually, he's in Lake Tahoe right now.
I like Hooch.
Hooch, you know what he texted me this morning? He goes, "Dude, I'm going to the airport. Do you think I should get a triple beef from Kelly's at the airport?" I said, "No, don't." When you're about to go on like a 7-hour flight, right?
Think of the people around you on that flight.
Please stop.
Is ever fighting? Please stop. Yeah, I always think of that. One of the great clips in internet history. Or the Spider-Man movie theater that just got cleared out. You don't want that happening in the sky.
You certainly don't want that happening. I'm trying to think of anything else. I thought this was interesting. Roman Reigns is the most overrated main eventer in WWE history.
I kind of agree, Joe.
I mean, you can make a case for it for sure.
As someone who's on the periphery of wrestling, you know, he's not The Rock or Hulk Hogan or even Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, like
John Cena.
John Cena, certainly, he's not even close, but it felt like the biggest name in wrestling held weight outside of wrestling.
Yeah,
almost forever.
CM Punk can hold weight outside of wrestling.
Yeah, I
mean, he's
think
embarrassed himself, but he holds weight.
Yeah, but I think
like I hate Conor McGregor, but he holds weight.
Sure, and that's a little different. But I just think like when I think of celebrity in the WWE, usually like their lead guy, like even Batista for a time, you know. But Roman Reigns just doesn't seem to have that kind of mainstream pull that those other stars have.
Quote from the 83 Weeks podcast, that's Eric Bischoff. Roman Reigns is what music would call an industry plant. When people talk about their favorite match, how many people like Roman's first? So I think, well, here's what I would say is good about Roman. As a human off the, he was born with lymphoma, I believe. Or he had got lymphoma, had to walk away for a bit, had to get his health in check, stepped away during COVID, and he's kept his weight. He's been physical about it. It's like, that's a good story. That's a good story. He's also The Rock's cousin. Do you think that has anything to do with it? Like, is he just simply great because of his bloodline? I mean, I think he's good looking. I think he's in great shape. I think he does look like he has the look of a top guy. But you're right. I have never sat here and told you, oh yeah, man, he's one of the best in-ring performers of all time. You know what I would say? I bet you Batista's had a better run. I probably would have to dig into the Batista catalog, but just thought that was interesting for those. But Roman is carrying the company. There are some guys that when they get that belt, they do well with it. There are some guys who get it and make no money. So there's my wrestling take. All right. I got nothing else because we have a caller that I would like to take. Why don't we hit the headline? We'll take a call. And we're still awaiting maybe some late inning magic for the Red Sox. We'll have that next here on the Sports Hub.
From the Town Fair Tires News. Dutcher and Hardy, Owen Beetle, Felger and Maz, the Bruins, the Celtics, the Pats, the Revolution. This is Boston's home for sports. WBC FM at HD Boston, 98.5, the Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
The Red Sox trail 7-6 at Fenway right now. Down 1 run, 7-6, runners on first and second, 2 outs. In the bottom of the 8th, Patriots continue their practices. Got physical today. Will Campbell wearing a sleeve. They did bring in Greg Van Worten for a visit. Jaylen Brown says he was asked about when he's last spoken to Jason Tatum. He last said, not really. Or has he? He said, not really. Headlines brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, 24-hour on-call service for your clog drain emergencies. Go to johnsewer.com. I'm Joe Martin.
This is what happens when analysts take over the game, take over the sport.
This is where you talk sports.
It happens all the time.
All right, back here on the Sports Hub. We have some, it's getting a little spicy over at Fenway. Man, all right, listen. I like that they're aggressive. But I learned at Parkway Little League at 9 years old, never make the last out of an inning at third base. I learned that a long time ago. Can't make the last out at third base. You can't. The other thing is now you had a chance there. They went with Connor Wong. All right, to set it up, they had first and second, 2 outs, Connor Wong at the plate. Wong's been hot, so I think that's why maybe they wanted to give him a shot. It's right now his chance to be a catcher until Rutschman comes back. I would have pinch hit for him. Instead, what they did was they were aggressive and stole third. They called him originally safe. They reviewed it. He's out. You can't make the last out at third base. That's just I could give you all the intangibles. You can't make the last out at third base. You can't do it. And that's what happened tonight. I'm not blaming Tracy for it. Just don't get caught out at third base. If he gives you the call, you got to beat the tag. So now they'll lead off. Connor Wong will lead off. They're going to pinch hit for sure. I just would have done it in that situation instead of being aggressive there. What does him being on second or third matter in this situation? For real.
I mean, another pass ball, he ties the game.
Okay.
That's just...
Yeah, no, you're right.
I do... I mean, we mentioned it the other night. Over this, 40 games where they're, the best team in baseball, this whole streak, there's only 2 offensive categories that they truly lead Major League Baseball in over this winning stretch, and it's hit by pitch and caught stealing. And I think they've been caught stealing twice tonight. I think it just proves that they have that different mentality, that different mindset, and it's been working for the most part. But this is one of the drawbacks too, is that you will make the final out at third at times, and hope it doesn't come back to bite them. And I do think you'll see someone pinch hit for Wong to start off the 9th now. More importantly, though, Joe, there's a man on hold.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I was talking about the game, and sometimes things get in the middle of the game. Beer Joe is on hold. Hello, Beer Joe.
Yo, Joe Murray, what's up?
What's up?
How we doing? I want to talk about Skaz and our friend Street Team Joe tonight.
Cool. What do you got?
Yeah, so our buddy Ryan Malden, frequent caller, he called in July 21st. He said the best catchphrase that I've heard so far, he said 98.5, where it's always live, the Sports Hub. So credit to Ryan and Malden.
You mean like 98.5, the Sports Hub, like that one?
Yeah, Joe, I went away with Street Team Joe's friends on vacation this weekend. They gave me the lowdown about who Street Team Joe is and his tendencies. He's a funny guy.
Okay, what are some of his tendencies?
So, the down low on Street Team Joe. According to Beecher, Ethan, and Nick, Street Team Joe is reportedly butt at video games. But in Madden, he is legendary, specifically hot routes and audibles at the line of scrimmage. So that's respectable.
So, Street Team Joe is butt at video games?
So overall video games in general, he was listed as bad for
Yeah, he's ass.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's good at hot rods.
Madden, yeah, he's nice at Madden. So congrats to Street Team Joe.
What else did you get?
So Street Team Joe, I don't know if you know this, he's 23 days older than me.
I did not know that.
Street Team Joe and Kendra and me, we are turning 30 this year, 96, fam.
You were born in 96?
Yeah, so going forward, Street Team Joe has really just taken off. Street Team Joe is an A-list celebrity now. He's mainstream. Street Team Joe was on the Celtics preseason ticket. This is the greatest accomplishment of this man's life. He is part of the franchise now. So happy for him.
I mean, that was amazing. We couldn't believe it the day we saw it. We have it hung up in our studio right now.
Yeah, Street Team Joe, he's just growing in the system, and he's getting better and better. Credit to him.
When you say growing in the system, is there like an athlete that came up through the system and then had a big rise? Can you compare him to another athlete?
Yeah, I mean, I would say offensive line, take your best Patriots offensive lineman. That's like Street Team Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Like Michael Onwenu?
Yeah, Dan Conley, Michael Onwenu, yeah.
Dan Conley's a good one. Yep, Dan Conley.
Yeah.
He's not like Chooks, is he?
Well, Chooks Okorafor. No. I mean, I was going to... yeah, I got you, man. What else you got?
Yeah, I got some Skaz, one-liner Skaz. Be dropping dimes daily. Show's great this summer. It's been fire. Yeah, your show's got really going on. Good cooperation between you guys. The last one, May 28th. Skaz was talking about Jaron Duran. Joe says there's an issue with the microphone. He says, what happened? Who was sitting here today? Skaz go, was Holly sitting there? I'm not going to blame Holly. I'm not Jaron Duran.
Oh, that's a funny one.
So that's another one of Skaz one-liner.
So
July 21st.
Do you take notes during the show?
Yeah, sometimes. Well, I got the Skaz one-liners.
Yeah, give me some more.
Joe, you guys are talking about Boston sports radio news. Joe says, our competitor is now a Sirius XM.
Yeah.
This guy goes, then maybe someone will finally hear them.
I wish I had the drums with me.
And so one of the extras, in the city of Boston, professional sports city, should we have the bat signal? No. We need the SCAS signal.
Joe, do you think you could draw a SCAS signal for us?
Joe, you said
no. Wait, no. Don't overpass that one. Do you think you could draw us a SCAS signal and we'll post it to our social?
No, I could bring SCAS food, but I can't draw him nothing.
Well, just remember, he likes peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and chicken wings.
Yeah, I can take care of that, Joe. You said you were the best grape stomper in the neighborhood.
That's damn right.
Joe, how stomped were those grapes when you were done?
Dude, they were. So we used to step inside barrels, like keg barrels. They were filled with grapes, and one of my friends, their family made sauce, but they also had wine, and they would ask me if I would step on the grapes, and then they would feed me dinner, and I'd go home with sauce.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like 9, 10.
That's crazy, but you're still Irish like me, bro. We have the same first and middle name, Joseph Michael.
Yeah, technically, Murray is Scottish, but I grew up with all Irish Catholics, but I also grew up with Italians. So I would say I'm probably more grew up Italian, although everybody around me was Irish Catholic.
Yeah, Joe, you're best of both worlds.
Sometimes.
The most popular guy in Boston.
Sometimes.
Joey, Street Team Joe isn't there tonight. You know how I know when he's in the studio? You know how I know is when he's in the studio because it's not raining out. That's usually when he's in the studio.
Yeah, because of the rain. He's like Peyton Manning in the rain, right?
He said I'm like Peyton Manning in the rain. I just don't show up.
Yep, I remember that one.
Joe, Joe, whoever's farting on this plane, stop farting, please.
Yep. Have you ever been to a movie theater and someone brought a crock pot of chili?
No.
What? Have you ever been in a movie theater and someone farted?
Yeah, have you?
Oh, yeah, me.
Yeah, I got one of you May 29th, 9:12 p.m. You said you're personally, when you go to the movies at the concessions, Street Team Joe was saying, can we get the big popcorn and share it? And you said, I eat my own popcorn. Street Team Joe, do you like to still go large? You said, yeah, I go large, and I'm going to lick the top like a frog.
Yep, I like to lick it while I walk.
Joe, that's awesome.
Someone in our chat brings up a good point. It's not quite Peyton Manning who Street Team Joe is. He's like Newman. Newman would not deliver the mail in the rain.
Right.
There's some stunning similarities, I think, between Street Team Joe and Newman.
Yeah, the show's been great. Street Team Joe is like a god. He just fits in like a glove. He gives you the food and the inspiration, the motivation. This guy's great.
Do you know what it is, dude? I think that he always, every night, surprises us with something.
Yeah.
But it's authentic. It's not like it's contrived or anything.
Like when he told us that his sneezes smelled like a funeral home.
Yes, that was so authentic.
Joe, I'm just going to say one more thing. Tatum, does Tatum deserve blame for the last two playoff series losses for the 76ers and the New York Knicks? How much blame does Tatum have? He played 6 games in the 76ers series. Does he deserve any blame? All right, thanks, guys.
All right, Joe. Thanks, buddy. Hey,
Thanks.
Hey, real quick. Damn. He's good. He's good.
Beer Joe might be my number one fan.
Do you know what I kind of wish? That he would send us the notes. So like he said May 9th at 10:42, and then we send it to you so we can like
match up his things with the notes. I don't hate that. He's got detailed. He's got dates and times. He's got timestamps. He's No way. You're getting a live reaction of Luke Fitzpatrick back here.
So I'll take the L on the Connor Wong. You got to pinch run him now?
Yeah, you got it.
Can we give Connor Wong some credit here? He knows he's going to the backup role. He's in the last year of his deal. They're not going to give him more money. He's fighting for his job, but he's produced, and he's been a damn good catcher. Now, I think that's out of any park in the league. It's just that wall might have stopped it. But, yeah, to give you a little bit of live play-by-play, Connor Wong went deep, hit the top of the wall.
Yeah, Connor Wong can do no wrong, Joe.
So they pinch run him right now? Who they got? Who's out there now?
I believe it's Sogi.
And they're going to bunt him over. Oh, beat it out, baby. Throw it in the right field.
Textbook bunt right there.
Would you squeeze? Who's up? Oh, all right.
I ain't squeezing with Sedan.
No, but he's good at the other way, though. Sedan isn't the greatest bunter.
Swing and a drive. That's what I want to hear, Joe.
Yes, but, what about a fly ball to center? Why don't you just do that? No, Sedan in the 2-hole here. This is a... Did he catch that ball at first?
Yes.
All right, Chappie's warming. All right, the White Sox are scared. You know what? Let's take a break. Let's regroup. The tarps are off. Should I take mine off? No. Ceddanne Rafaela at the plate with a chance to tie or win the game. We'll take a break. Tell you what happens next here on the Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
All right. So to get everybody caught up, the Red Sox trailed in this one 4-0. They hit a 2-run homer to go down 4-2. The White Sox made it 5-2 at one point. So they had a 4-run lead and a 3-run lead. Monasterio had an RBI double to make it 5-3. Then Siegler had an RBI double, 2 RBI double to make it 5-5. But Braden Montgomery hit into what should have been an out, but Slayton threw the ball into the ground. That made it 7-5. So it still should have been a 5-5 game in the 5th, but the White Sox went up 7-5. But the Sox in the 6th inning got a hit from Yoshida that scored Caleb Durbin, who led off the inning with a double, but he dislocated his finger. He's still in the game. He's had 2 chances now to either tie the game or have a go-ahead run, and both times Durbin has failed. And I don't want to bring up the dislocated finger, but I think it's an impact in his ability. So in the 9th inning, Connor Wong, who I thought should have been pinched hit for, but they kept him in the game. It's just that they're being so aggressive that they got picked off at third base or caught stealing at third base, which ended the inning. You would think they'd go to somebody else to start the 9th. They stick with Connor Wong. He hits a long double off the monster. Would have been out of any other park, I think. But he settles for a double. They pinch run for him with Eli White, who they just acquired from the Giants. White then steals third base. Oh, no. There was a sacrifice. My bad. Sacrificed him to third base. And then they had multiple chances. Ceddanne Rafaela came up, but was erratic with his swings. Swung at balls, was out. And then Wilyer Abreu was down 0-2 in the count, 1-2, forced a 2-2 count, and then hit an RBI single right up the middle to score Eli White to make it 7-7 right now. We're in the top of the 10th. Red Sox have sent it to extra innings, and now they have their backup catcher in the game because they pinch ran for Connor Wong. So Jake Rogers, the new addition to the team, now catching Aroldis Chapman in the top of the 10th inning, but there is a ghost runner on second base. So they have now forced extra innings with Aroldis Chapman on the mound with the ghost runner on second. Luke Fitzpatrick, our old intern now of the, what is the name of the league conference you're in now?
The NECBL, Joe.
And that's the New England
Collegiate Baseball
Collegiate
League.
Baseball. Yes,
That's right.
Very good league.
Yeah. The North Shore Navigators.
Outstanding team out in Lynn.
Yes.
They play at Frazier Field, which I'm very aware of. So a Belmont kid is in Lynn every day. How's that working out for you?
I loved it. It was a great.
Oh, it's over now.
Oh yes, the regular season's over. We did not make the playoffs. Our team did not make the playoffs. The semifinals of the league are going on right now.
Who like mostly college kids, like
all college kids, yeah, mostly Division I.
Wow.
So it's a step below the Cape, but it's a lot of D1 guys. Like we had a kid from Ohio State. We had the former number 1 left-handed pitching prospect from the state of Massachusetts. We have guys from all over the country. It's pretty cool. We have a bunch of Virginia Tech guys. So it was high-quality baseball. It was cool.
All right. Well, last time I talked to you, you went abroad.
That's right.
You came back.
You've seen me since I've been back.
Yeah, I have, but you didn't watch anything while you were gone.
No, that is not true. That's an exaggeration. I didn't watch as much as I have been since I've been home, but I was watching.
Okay. Well, I thought maybe you were a little ignorant on the...
All right.
Ignorance, the word, meaning I thought that you... When I say ignorant, I mean it as you were abroad, so you weren't really locked in.
Yeah, I will admit I was not locked in, sure.
And we talked Red Sox every single night. Now, I do a show on Ness and Flex that I have... I talk Red Sox every day.
Yeah, comfy John Henry pockets?
Yes, and I'll tell you this much.
That's 4-3 put out.
I'll ask you this question.
Yeah.
Who do you think's responsible for who's most impactful in the turnaround for the Boston Red Sox?
So you're asking me to label one individual? Yes, is that what you're asking?
I think you should take the answer and question and go with it.
I'm not sure there is one individual. I think you can, the individuals most responsible for it are those who Craig Breslow brought in. So you can get me to say that I think Craig Breslow is probably the most responsible for this turnaround.
Skaz, what was
I think Craig Breslow has more to do with it than Chad Tracy.
Okay, Craig, what was your answer, Skaz?
I had Craig Breslow and Chad Tracy as my top 2 pairing.
What do you got, Joe?
John Henry. John Henry realized his team could no longer build from within. He fired Alice Cora. He empowered Craig Breslow, who then empowered Chad Tracy and allowed the team to make the trades to get better and remove their farm system and get rid of everybody from their last 2 drafts. And I think John Henry is the best in the league and in town when it comes to pivoting and going from the worst to first. He's proven it multiple times. But I think if he didn't empower guys and make moves, to your point, you think it's Breslow and who he brought in. Mm-hmm. I feel that,
which then means Breslow.
But I feel that Henry's the one who empowered him by getting rid of Cora. So as much as people were yelling, "Sell the team," are they doing that tonight at the game?
No, certainly not.
So I just think that John Henry's the best at pivoting in the game.
So let me ask you
this. There's no wrong answer here. I just think that for everybody that wants to crap on not being Ness and Joe, not being a shill, I think that there's history of John Henry pivoting, changing plans, and getting better faster than anybody else. It's not the most prettiest way to do things, right?
Yeah.
But he's been successful at it.
Yeah.
No wrong answers to this question. I just wanted to get yours.
So I'll ask you this question is, I don't disagree that he empowered Craig Breslow, and then it's very clear that something changed in the clubhouse when not only Cora was fired, but there was a gradual shift when Tracy took over. But Does this still mean that you defend? Oh boy. Anyways, as I was saying, as old friend Chase Mydroth hits a home run. John Henry's offseason was still pretty unacceptable.
Oh yeah, but don't you think he admitted failure?
As in what? Like when he fired Cora?
Well, they built around the young players. It didn't work.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. But why would you not?
And then he pivoted.
He did pivot. Yeah,
and then they went with the guy. They shut all the young guys away, and they started bringing up Chad Tracy's guys.
Yeah, I think this team could
Sogard, even Gasper had a little run for a period of time. I'm just saying, like, it's hard to bring up the off season now. In their last 35 games, they have 30 wins.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
We can't talk about, like, Caleb Durbin is a win then if you want to bring up the offseason, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, Sonny Gray's a
better
win.
numbers
Wilson
over Bregman.
Contreras is a win.
I understand.
All those guys are wins then if you want to bring up the offseason.
Yeah, I got to take for you. With
like Obieto's a fail. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But, like,
I would take for you about the winning streak. And it's starting to feel the other way. I'm no longer feeling this more and more as every win goes on. But the first, like, when the Red Sox were on that 15-game winning streak, that made me more upset about the first 3 months. I was more upset about that than I was happy about the winning streak.
But I do think that some of the players really sucked. And I think that they believed in, like, dude, they believed that Roman Anthony and, like, Marcelo Meyer, they thought they could lean on them.
I still think they can lean on Roman for the next 5 years.
He can't even swing the bat, bro.
He's taking batting practice.
No, but what I'm saying is
they have both been big disappointments. Yes.
No, but that's what I'm trying to tell you is they pivoted away from him.
Yeah, sure.
That's what sparked the team. What sparked the team was pivoting away from Trevor Story being the leader.
Well, that was an easy decision. Yes.
Well, it wasn't easy. He was the leader of the team. By the way, he had to get 3 opinions on a sports hernia because he didn't trust the training staff.
You're not going to get me to defend Trevor Story.
I'm just trying to tell you that they got rid of him, they got rid of Marcelo Meyer, and they got rid of Roman Anthony, and they went on a 16-game winning streak.
Yep.
Those were the guys that they believed in at the beginning of the year. It was a fail.
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of them, and they won.
I'm with you on that. I'm mad that it took 3.5 months.
It took the owner to be like, screw these guys. Play with the guys that you have, and if you go on a run...
That's the owner, or is that Breslow?
The owners, come on, Craig Breslow had to go to John Henry to sign off at any deal. You mean to tell me that John Henry wanted to get rid of 3 top 5 prospects to trade for a backup catcher that they're going to have to sign soon? But the reason why they did the deal was they're a better team. And
yeah, I agree. I agree they're a better team.
And just so you know, the talk when they were losing and they were having a horrific year and they thought that it was a wasted season, the talk in the building when I was there was they want to go they don't want to go kids anymore. They will probably not empower young kids anymore.
Probably not. That's why I was saying to Skaz, you know who has the most pressure on him in the Red Sox organization right now? Franklin Arias.
I mean,
Franklin Arias is going to be fans are going to be so skeptical when he gets called up, and it's not his fault at all.
Well, there's a good question on him because I think he should be the shortstop.
Skaz was saying
in a week.
Yeah.
But where I'm going with it is they have a decision to make. If he's not going to be a part of this season and there's a lockout, he can't be on the 40-man roster and then work out with the team next year.
Is that right?
If anybody's on the 40-man roster next year, you can't come to the facility. I only bring this up because, I was friendly with Andrew Raycroft that when he was Rookie of the Year, the NHL went into a lockout. He couldn't work out. And the next couple of years, he trailed downwards. Why? Because he couldn't play. It stunted his development.
So if you call up Franklin Arias, where do you move Andrew Monasterio?
He becomes your probably second base.
Where do you move Anthony Siegler?
Bench.
You're going to take out the guy with the most energy in Major League Baseball?
Yeah,
you're going to take him out of the lineup?
Plays the bench anyways.
All right.
He's not starting tonight.
I'd be fine with... He did start tonight.
I thought it was Sogard in there.
No, Sogard's at first.
Oh, okay.
Contreras is out.
That's...
Yeah.
Siegler's a bench guy and an energy guy. And he's a former first-round pick, and he's gotten an opportunity. He's great. But if anything, if I'm going to give you the truth, Monasterio's batting over 400 his last 18 games.
Monasterio is the hottest hitter on the team right now.
And you know that in July, shortstop was the number 1 position in baseball between him and
typically important.
But, here they are shopping for the shortstop, but they have a guy rated 400
yes,
for a month.
But that's obviously not sustainable. Monasterio has been great. but he's not the shortstop of the
I know,
future.
but he's not. Arias is.
Yeah. Or Zach Neto, as I want.
But my thought is they feel that they're gonna go with Trevor Story when he comes back.
Unfortunately, I think you're right. But I think some of that could be they know. See, they admitted, as we talked about, they admitted a failure with Meyer. Part of their failure with Meyer was they called him up when he wasn't ready. They don't want to make the same mistake with Arias. They called up Campbell when he wasn't ready. Campbell just won minor league player of the month, AAA player of the month, whatever it was. You don't want to call up Franklin Arias before you have to. Now, I understand he's probably going to lose a year next year, but you can only mess him up. You have to learn from the mistake you made with Meyer of calling him up. You agree Meyer was called up when he wasn't ready?
He has never been ready.
But last season in May of 2025, was completely not ready. They called him up way too early.
He's never been ready.
They called him up way too early. And he's never been effective at the major league level, especially offensively.
Correct.
He's been fine defensively.
Correct.
He's never been effective offensively. And they cannot mess up Franklin Arias.
I think you need to bend the knee that they are no longer building from within.
Yeah, I think internally they don't really rely on Arias. I think they look at Arias as, if he works out as our shortstop as the next Xander Bogaerts, awesome. But I think they're absolutely going to be shopping shortstops in the offseason.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
You don't think they still have their eye on Zach Neto 100%?
I think they could still trade Arias in the offseason.
I agree.
Yeah.
For probably a shortstop, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Would you trade Arias for Zach Neto this offseason? I'd consider it.
I hate Zach Neto.
Why?
I think he's Trevor Story 2.0. He strikes out. Have you noticed the team?
Yeah, I understand. They don't strike out a ton.
They don't strike out anymore.
Yeah.
Now they have tonight, and the Durbin one, I think it's because of his hand personally. Some guy says, "Oh, Joe says he's not Nesson Joe," but then I'm just trying to tell you that, like, if I say that John Henry's been the best at it, and I've given you multiple examples of how he's good at it, it's not that I'm defending him. It's just that he's good at that. Like, he's good at making a mess and cleaning it up. He's very good at it. But I think that this team here, like, I don't think they should go forward depending on, they're going to get Roman Anthony back.
Yeah, I would agree. But so if you're saying you don't think that Arias is they're not going to build from within with Arias, and you don't like Zach Neto, who are you targeting as a shortstop? Bo Bichette?
No, I want Franklin Arias to play, go to the playoffs, and be the starter.
So you'd rely on him?
Well, I just think that you got to see what you can get out of him now. So
I agree, but are you going to rely on him? Let's say we play next season.
No,
is he your opening day shortstop?
Well, I don't know that. All I know is this year. I don't even know what next year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But what I can tell you is that their backup plan right now is Trevor Story, and I'm trying to remove that with Arias.
If I had to power rank them, I'd go right now today. Trevor Story would be 3. I'd have Monasterio 1, Arias 2.
Yeah. I to your point, I am a Monasterio guy.
Yeah.
His favorite player was Andrew Jones, who just made the Hall of Fame. Like, I think he was good last year with the Brewers. If anything, he's the guy who's going to get a host. But I do think that right now what Franklin Arias is doing, I think you got to give him a shot.
I would agree.
Plus, he's going to have zero pressure. If they put him in, I agree.
You got to give him a shot. I just don't think they will, because I don't think they're going to take that. They're going to learn from Meyer.
No, but what they're going to do is they're going to go back to the guy they thought was the captain in Story.
I agree.
And if he fails, why don't you avoid that and just try Arias? And But if Arias doesn't work, you break glass in case of emergency.
No way. We got a tie game? That's 1 run. Wow, 2nd and 3rd. Monasterio, right on cue. That's the shortstop, Joe.
He's now batting .415 in his last 18 games.
If you bring Story back, you starting him?
We got to move this damn wall.
Yes, I know.
That's twice.
But they're now starting to use it, though.
Yeah, finally. Yeah.
What kind of ballpark designers put a comically large wall in left field? Are you kidding me?
Just so you know, they were a team that built a team that couldn't play at Fenway. Meade can play at Fenway, hasn't played yet.
Yeah.
I think Rutschman can play at Fenway.
Yes. Switch hitter.
I mean, they got guys that can do it now.
I mean, Meade's spray chart is.
I think that they need to, and I'm being serious about this. I think Monasterio should play until he goes into like a 5-game funk.
I would agree.
And
then you go to Story?
I think Chen is your best defensive shortstop. I think Monasterio's a risk late in games.
Who's better, Monasterio in a funk or Trevor Story when he's going okay?
How about this one for you guys? Something I never thought I'd say. I believe Jaron Duran was just intentionally walked.
Yeah, he did, yeah. That doesn't shock me.
Because they want to
force
face
at any base.
They want to face the spark that. And hey, listen,
Anthony Siegler's 2 for 3 tonight. I know.
But what I'm trying to say is, remember Luke just said, "Oh, you're just going to sit the guy who's got the biggest
He
spark."
can't hit a walk-off.
Well, here you go. Hey, Luke, put your nuts on the table here. Don't.
Thank you for clarifying. I wasn't sure if you were serious or not.
We have to go to break.
I have a take when we come back.
Okay. Red Sox trail 9-8, bases loaded, 1 out.
Oh, that's a tie game.
Hang on. All right, 9-9 right now. Bottom of the 10th inning, 2 outs.
Oh no, Monasterio hurt. Oh no.
Siegler.
See, you can't take him out of the lineup, Joe. Look at that. Nobody hypes up the crowd like that except for the best player on the team, Wilson Contreras.
Listen, he did a great job. He did a great job.
Is Monasterio hurt?
But my point to you, Luke, is that everybody's doing a great job.
They're all rowing in the same direction, Joe, except for Jaron Duran.
This is why I think you should go with Arias. Hey, there's the guy right there.
It's your boss.
John Henry getting a big standing ovation over at Fenway Park.
Is that a fire?
All right, we got to hit the headline. I'm Joe Barry of the Sports Hub.
Sports Hub.
The final hour of the Sports Hub brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You'll save 15% off your next drive through oil change. Thanks, Derek, tonight. His mom brought the brownies. We weren't able to do a on-air taste test because the Red Sox game has been intense. But share that video with your mom. I hope you do. And the brownies are great. Do you like brownies, Luke?
I do. I love brownies. I haven't tried them yet. But
there's a bunch out there. So
shout out Derek. Thank you, Derek, and Derek's mother.
I'm going to eat 3 of them on the way home.
Awesome.
So thanks, guys. Thank Derek. Luke Fitzpatrick's here. Right now it's 9-9, top of the 11th, ghost runner on base, 1 out. Garrett Whitlock is in the game. You have a take. We got 2 minutes. What do you got?
I got a take. So I want to address this because I am truthfully a very big believer in once you throw in the towel, you throw in the towel as a fan, right? And I threw in the towel in June, right? And you were there for that, Joe. You remember that. Joe, yes.
Which one?
When I gave up on the Red Sox.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So a 2-part take. Number 1, have you ever in your lifetime as a fan of sports seen a turnaround midseason this dramatic? Ever?
No, I've given out the numbers. No, it hasn't happened since.
Right?
No, here
like these are 2 different teams.
The only team that's done this before is the Patriots over a 35 game sample where they've won 30 games out of 35.
Yeah.
No other local. Well, the Celtics did it in the 60s.
I was going to say the 06-07 Celtics to the 07-08, but that was not as shocking because they added guys.
They were Hall of Famers.
Right. And my second part of that take, to anyone out there on this Red Sox team that feels, if you were out in June, you can't come back in now. If the Patriots start this season 2-7, fire Mike Vrabel, and Drake May and Christian Campbell get injured, because that's essentially what we're looking at here, and you're out on the Patriots, and then they go on a 10-game winning streak and win the Super Bowl, get outfield.
Wow.
Oh.
Keep going.
Might try that.
No, we got a minute. Keep going.
Anyways, and everybody, because that's essentially what we're looking at, is the Patriots started 2-7, they fired their head coach, and their 2 best players are injured, and a bunch of kids came in, and scrappy players, and won a lot of games in a row that you're not allowed to jump back on. You know what I mean? If the Patriots start,
you're allowed to jump back on.
That's if the Patriots start 2-7, and their best players get injured, and they fire their head coach. Everybody's going to be out.
Yeah, everybody should be with the Red Sox. Everybody was out with the Red Sox.
Everybody was out.
But my
everybody.
point is,
if you were in June, you were an idiot.
It's not a take, though.
No, fair enough.
You said you had a take. What's your take?
Well, I'm bringing that up because your take earlier was that I'm a phony. A fraud.
I did not say that.
No, you didn't say it, but you implied it. I am putting words in your mouth.
You did.
I am.
Do you have a take or no?
That was it.
I would call it a 10 of 10 Luke Fitzpatrick performance tonight. Right on cue. Joe asks him questions. He doesn't answer them. It's like old times.
Successful rage bait, as I call it.
Does he know Street Team Joe?
Oh, yeah.
I love Joe. Probably my favorite Joe at the Sports Hub. You know what I mean?
Screw you. I'm not here tomorrow.
Where to?
I'm going to Patriots training camp.
Oh, sweet. With Derek.
Are you going tomorrow? Holy crap, I'll be there too. Hey, let's bring some brownies. We got to go, everybody. Bye.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe.